And it's Arsenal, Arsenal FC. Bro,
It was a good end, bro. It was a good end
welcome,
to the
welcome
season, man.
to it was man. Welcome to our show, the flagship show, the big focus. Faris, this is
Yes, bro.
unfortunately going to be the last one. So right now, as you can
For
see,
the season, yeah.
we have a bit of change of roster right now. We don't have our dear Joel. Joel is off the list. He got fired by
Yep.
me because why? Because he pit my team against Chelsea. He thought that Arsenal will not win a cup for this year, but we proved him wrong. So right now, as a punishment for today's show, only
Yeah.
those supporters who has actually held a trophy will be hosting the club. So Joel, if you are hearing this, you still have a chance, bro. You still have a chance because UEFA is still around the corner for Europa
Yeah,
for you.
it's around the corner, man.
It is, man. And Faris, tonight we are
Yeah.
really, really stoked. We are absolutely thrilled that we are joined by two special guests, actually.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
We are, man, and
Yeah.
I think if you were to actually recall what Hughes from Leeds United mentioned before in his own good Yorkshire impersonation, we are absolutely chuffed to actually
Chuff.
have the
I'm
both of them.
super chuff, mate.
I'm
Yeah.
super chuffed, all right, super chuffed to actually have the both of them because why?
Actually, chuff is a different meaning, bro.
It is. What is the meaning
Yeah,
of chuff?
chuff means if you chuff means you're fuck.
Alamak,
Your super chuff means you're
you're
super
super hot,
happy. Yeah. Yeah.
super happy. Okay,
Super
super
happy.
happy,
Yeah.
super happy. Okay,
Their,
that's a bit.
their vocabulary is a bit very confusing, lah.
It is different,
Let's just
but
fix
never
it
mind,
to
never mind.
English, bro.
Bro, never mind. One day we'll get used to it, and then we'll probably go through his urban dictionary when it comes to the what
Yeah.
it means in the Yorkshire language or lingo. All right.
He
But
has to be an expert, bro.
for today, it's special because why, bro? For the longest time, we always
Yeah.
look at them as the lesser half. When we speak
Yeah.
about football, we always say, "Nah, you are not good enough to sit with us." Because
You
why?
are only for the attractive players only.
Precisely.
Yeah.
You are only there for the looks. You don't know enough. What do you know? You don't even play the game. But I think right now, the whole sentimental, or rather, the whole sentiment of it has actually changed massively because right now
Yeah.
they are here to stay, and many of them watches a lot of football. And when you have information right at your fingertip, stuff like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, it's really hard for you
Yeah.
to go wrong, right? First,
Yes. Yes.
and this is the best time for us to actually invite. We have two of them. And the thing is, we have never planned for this. It happened, so this is so
Never.
coincidental. Today we are all thematic. Everybody is actually donning red. And in
Yeah.
fact, even our guests, they are actually part of the plan as well in terms of the color
Yeah.
code. Only. In terms of the color code.
Yes. Correct, bro.
All right. And I'm very, very sure a lot of you guys have been waiting when we actually posted it on our Instagram yesterday and also on Facebook.
Yeah.
I got
We got a lot of feedback, man.
feedback,
Everybody's looking
lots of
forward to it.
feedback,
Yeah.
lots of feedback. They are saying, "Hey, who are they? Who are they? Who do they support?" And I, bro, keep it chill, man. Keep the champagne on ice. Do not go so gung ho. What's the rush, man? What's the rush? So everybody will be tuning in right now. So we hope for those of you guys who are actually, we see a couple of common faces right now in the comments. We've got Sharil, we've got Hafi, Hakim, our usuals who are actually
Hi
chiming in.
guys, how are you all doing, man?
Hope you guys are doing fine. I
Yeah.
know
Hope everything's
everybody is
good.
eager. I think right now, probably, all right,
Yeah.
in their own household or wherever they're watching us, they will probably say,
Yeah.
"Hey, Anwari, stop blabbering lah. Bring out the ladies lah, Anwari. We had enough of you. So many weeks we have been watching you and all your guys." So, Faris, do you think it's time for us to cut the ribbon and bring
I
the
think
fun
it's
out?
time, bro. It's
Good.
gonna be interesting, bro. We're gonna
All
get their
right,
perspective
let's
of
let's do a
football.
bit of a wrestling introduction. How all the big introductor, or rather the big introducer, will actually do it in the big wrestling matches in all the pay-per-views. We'll go by
Yes.
weight and height. All right, we go by weight, height, and also the team that they support. Let's go with the first one. I'm pleased, Faris, to inform that we got reigning from the Emirates Stadium, recently crowned FA Cup champions. We beat Chelsea convincingly 2-1. She weighs about, I reckon, 40, 42, 45 kilo. With a height of 1.6. We bring all over from North London, the real North London team. We bring Ashi. Ashi, how are you?
Hi, Mari. Hi, Faris. Nice to be
Hi.
here with you guys.
Ashi,
Was
how
a
was the
good introduction, bro.
You were quite spot on with the height and the weight, so that's pretty good.
Was I?
actually.
You see?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like.
Oh.
I don't like.
It's
That's
this
good.
Arsenal telepathy, honestly.
It is. This is the Fabregas Thierry Henry kind of style. Those who know will know. But anyway, actually, we are really, really glad to actually have you on board. Like I mentioned before, off air, this has been a long time coming. Many of us wants to have a female counterpart or female panel But the problem is, not many of them are actually forthcoming when it comes to just speaking about football. Why do you think they have that kind of mentality when it comes to football, Ashi?
I guess it's because, I mean, I've heard these comments myself also, but as a female football fan, people kind of like, are you sure you watch football? Like, can you tell me what the offside rule is? Or confirm you only watch like all the big games only lah, and kind of stuff. So it's sometimes women, you get that quite a bit, and then you don't really feel like, it kind of plays on your, like, even if you feel you watch the football, you know about the players, the club, and everything, you still feel sort of insecure. So I guess a lot of people don't feel like that confident talking about football, even if they are very big fans. Actually,
Wow. And Faris, I think that's really a sad state of affair, right? Like we are shutting down the door for them just because
we got to change the perspective, bro. We got to change it.
So right now, Ashi is here to stay. Ashi, before I introduce my second guest, just a question for you though. This is a common question, commonly asked by all fellow Gunners. What do you think of Tottenham?
I'm not going to say that. I know you're putting me on the spot. I'm not going to say it. But I would just like to refer you to what Jack Wilshere had said when Arsenal was celebrating their 2014 FA Cup. So just go Google that Jack Wilshere FA Cup 2014. You will find
open top celebration parade. All right, and then he actually asked the question to the crowd. There you go.
He was a bit tipsy, right? He was a bit drunk, right?
He was
maybe. I think it was like 12 p.m. But no, who knows? Also.
Well, that's how you do it in London, man.
That's how you do it, and that's how you roll first. And another one, please. Sorry, first.
What about our next guest?
Next guest, she mentioned she left from the word drunk, all right? And this particular supporter, all right, the team that she support, I think they've been drunk. And why not? After 30 long years of waiting, they have.
Should I do the intro, bro?
You should, please.
You should. Should I?
You should. Please go ahead, Faris.
Okay, I'm going to put my best boxing announcer accent.
You have a better voice than me. Yours is more bass. Let's go.
All right. Going from the red corner of Merseyside. Red corner of Merseyside. Weighing at about 40 to 50 kilo. At a height of 1.6 to 1.7. The 6 times European champion. 19 times Premier League.
All right.
The Super Cup champion.
All right.
The FIFA World Club champion.
All right.
Coming from Liverpool.
Yes.
Ruzana!
Wow. You got yourself prepared. Ruzana, how are you doing?
Good, thank you.
You're good. All right. Ruzana, wait. Before that,
very far off with the weight. I'm not that light.
Okay. This is where honesty was definitely not needed. All right, but Ruzana, thank you so much for joining us. All right, aside from the introduction and the weight, I think the same question that I actually want to put forth to you, Ruzana. When it comes to female support, do you feel that it's overbearing for you to come forward and speak your mind? Especially as you know, this is... Hey, hello, Kat! Didn't know you were part of it. But do you feel it? Do you feel it's daunting for you to speak as a fan when it comes to football?
Not quite, but it's quite daunting as a person who is shy by nature. It's more to that rather than it's the female football thing. Yeah, I think it's fine, I guess. I mean, it depends. We'll see later, right?
And also, Ruzana, before we actually kick the ball rolling, before we start proper, again, same question. What do you really think of Manchester United, Ruzana? In your good words.
What is that?
What is that? That's a very good answer. That's diplomatic, but yes. So
no. I think the important question is, what do you think of Everton?
We are definitely the better Merseyside. Merseyside is red. Everton, they are quite irrelevant already. I mean, come on.
Wow.
The noisy neighbors, eh?
The noisy neighbors.
Yes.
Okay. So I think that's...
Yep.
All right. That's good enough from Ruzana. That's very good. That's really unbecoming of someone who is shy, Faris. She is meeting fire. But then again, that's the whole beauty of this show. So for those of you who are new to this, please do visit our Facebook page, which is Snapshot Studio, as well as our Instagram, Snapshot Studio as well. Please do click a follow button for us. And also the big one, where our biggest modus operandi will definitely be our YouTube. Head over to our YouTube channel and please do click on the subscribe button, right, Faris?
Yeah, the like, share, subscribe, and the notification button, man. The bell.
Yes, the
That's
bell.
very
That's very,
important.
very important. So you will always be updated whenever we actually upload a video. All right. So
Yes.
enough about. All right. Now that you heard from Rosanna and also Ashi, let's head over first to the comment section. There's always the fun corner. That's our playground, Faris. Let's
Yeah.
speaking with our guest for today. It's Sharil and it's Arsenal. Arsenal FC. Basically, that's a lyric. Thank you. I've already sung that song. Thank you, Sharil. Welcome to the show. And also we've got Hafi Hakim. Salam. Come on, you Uganda. Salam, bro. Salam. And
Alright, this
also
is my favorite guy, bro. This is my favorite guy.
your favorite guy. And why is he your
What's
favorite
up,
guy?
Michael? How are you? I think he's still at home singing Champions, bro.
He is. And
He's
also
still doing it.
while doing it, he's actually doing bench press.
Yes, bro. That's the best part, bro.
Mr. Sado. And also we've got Mark, who is also chiming in because Lady United fans, please, Mark, we did
I'm
try.
so sorry, Mark. I'm
We
so
did
sorry,
try.
Mark, because
We
this
did try.
session is only for
But they
trophy
backed out.
holders.
Correct. Because when we mentioned Arsenal and Liverpool, they backed out, Mark. All right. Maybe after the Europa. Right? And then we got Emmanuel Robert. Bet Anthony Taylor got paid real good. Congrats, Arsenal, though, top notch. Wow, that's really condescending, bro. Congratulations. And then
Very.
I want to chime in there because
please,
I've seen
do
this
justice to
comment
us.
a lot, right? Oh, Anthony Taylor got paid, obviously. But Arsenal are broke. Arsenal have no money. Like, I don't know how you guys think that Arsenal are playing ref. But also, I would just say, like, I feel like in England, the refereeing is actually, it's not consistent. It's definitely not consistent. And the only reason people are actually chiming up about it is because for once, it's like it's going in Arsenal's favor, and it always goes against Arsenal's favor. So
And if anyone needs a bit of salt, I've got a lot at home, and I'm prepared to spare them some. All right. So let's move on to the next one. We've got ZAK, no woman, man.
Oh, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor, this is a complete new rendition from Bob Marley. I thought no woman, no cry. This is no woman, man die. Also, we got our resident guest, our most favorite guest of all time. Of course, he's always our resident commentator.
Mr.
from
FJ.
Mr. FJ. This is a pleasant change. Welcome to the Big Focus. Yes, welcome indeed. First time, Taufik Daud. Hello, guys.
Ooh.
Looking forward for the new season.
A
Wow.
famous face, bro. It's a famous face.
So that means this is not just a normal show, because one of the most famous guys in Singapore in TikTok is chiming in today as well. Right? And then
A TikToker, I think, yeah?
he's a TikToker. Sometimes he's bigger than TikToker. Hey, I thought this guy was supposed to go somewhere else, Mr. Najib. You never Hope you're doing good, Ashraf. All right. And then also love my man Faris. Faris is receiving a lot of love today. Emmanuel Roberts, welcome, ladies. Also, again, Hiker, welcome, ladies. You never walk alone, Rosanna. Wow. Hiker, you do realize, right? There's also another lady that's actually being fed.
Yeah, he's been biased, bro.
It's
He's been
okay,
biased
it's
in the
fine.
comments, bro. Yeah.
She does not support Liverpool, or you should not actually give a word of hello. All right. Oh, Faris, look who's in the house right now in the comment section.
Carl Winder, the blue, the loser, the
Our favorite.
big loser. The big
I
loser.
won't
No,
call him a big loser, bro. He's gentleman. He's the biggest gentleman in the game.
he's the
Best.
best. He's the best. Yeah, the best.
Kelvin, props to you, man. Big up. And then, okay, the first one. Wow, Rosanna. So the first one directed already. All right. Then right after that, we can start the show proper. This is the best way that we can kickstart. All right. Let's open up the door. Cat to share. What's the name of your cat, and why that name?
Right. The name of my cat is Raphael.
Wow.
Does it give away why?
Manchester United right back who scored a wonderful goal against you guys. Was that the inspiration?
You don't have to go there, Anori. You don't have to go there, man.
I mean, which manager actually made us won that beautiful Istanbul night?
Yeah, fair enough. Rafa?
Yeah, it has to be Benitez.
The full name is Raphael Bennycat instead of Benitez.
Oh,
Wow.
what? Very nice name, eh?
Talking about creativity. Rafa Benny Cat. but I mean, in all seriousness, in real life, Rafa Benitez, at least on TV, Rafa Benny Penguin. The shape, the way he walked, But then again, that's how I look at him. Maybe I might be wrong. Sorry, don't slam me. This is what I think of him, right? Shamin Saleh also. Wow. Shamin,
that's my best friend. So we actually met through Arsenal. So she's just shouting
Wow.
out there. She wore a yellow ribbon indeed.
What
Yeah.
did she wear? Unfortunately, it wasn't in the merry month of May, right?
Yeah. But August works as well.
Who cares?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what month is it?
it was the perfect summer, right, for us to actually lift a trophy, and that's our trophy. In fact, they should not call it an FA Cup anymore. It should be called Arsenal Emirates FA Cup. Respect the fourth. And all right, enough of the bragging rights. Let's start off with the proper show. All right, this is of course the big focus, the finale. Right after this, we will go on our mini break. All right, we need to take a break, Faris. We've been doing this every week,
Yeah.
especially even before the project restart. We have not missed a single week, so it's good that we finally take this is a good time for us to take a bit of a reprieve. All right, a respite for us,
Yes.
and then we'll come back right after that. But then again, the big focus. This is the finale. Of course, we want to speak to both of our female counterparts right now. So the first question we'll pose, of course, to our Arsenal Gunnar. What do you call a female Liverpool supporter, Faris?
A scout threat.
Really?
You did?
Is
No,
that-
no,
is
no.
that-
I never came over. I never came across that term before.
We don't marginalize anything like
Yeah, everybody's a fan. Yeah.
no female.
Everybody's
Everyone's
the
a
same.
scouser, yeah.
Yeah.
It's either you
Yeah.
guys don't marginalize or you guys don't take it seriously, lah.
I mean, we don't call female Singaporeans any other name. It's everybody's Singaporean. Everybody's the
Correct,
same. Yeah.
So in that vein, I'll call you a Guna. All right. So the first Guna, our female Guna, the first one that's ever represented, of course, the female side of the Gunners. In terms of just support, right? First of all, how did you fall in love? This whole love affair with Arsenal, how did it start?
Okay, so for me, my whole family are Arsenal fans. So my dad, my brothers are all Arsenal fans. So when I was like younger, if they were watching football in the living room, I would join them. But obviously this is like more of like being a passive supporter. Like only when they're outside, then I'm like, oh no, I FOMO, so I'll go and join them.
Okay.
But for me, I started watching Arsenal, like actively watching Arsenal about 10 years ago. So early 2010. Just picked Arsenal up, and like through Arsenal to the last 10 years, it has been like a really, really crazy journey, but it's been like one of the most fulfilling things I think that I've picked up personally. Yeah.
And over the span of 2 years, right, or the 10 years you mentioned, that's almost a decade now. You have witnessed us lifting how many trophies right now? 4.
Yes.
Four FA Cups, right?
Yeah.
And out of the 4 FA Cups, right, actually, which one was the most monumental one for you personally?
I think it has to be 2014.
The
Even
Hull one, right?
though, yes,
one.
it has to be the first one, because even though for me it only been like 4 years since I started supporting Arsenal,
Yeah.
but it even though, but you know that 9-year wait for a trophy. So then the way that we won the trophy was also like, I think it was peak Arsenal, essentially like going 2-0 down and then winning 3-2 is just peak Arsenal. Like, and it was yeah.
And
So
it's only-
that's definitely my favorite FA Cup win. Yeah.
No, I totally agree with you actually. I was actually being posed this question as well. That was, I think, yesterday. Someone actually asked me like, "Hey, Nori, you guys have won a couple of FA Cup. Which one was the most monumental one for you?" And I came up with the same answer actually. It was the 2014 one, because that actually was the mark of an end of the drought. A barren spell of 10 years.
Yes.
Right. And I, for once, I cried. I didn't know why. I couldn't control my tears. But then again, yes, I actually shed a couple of tears for that, because it was a long time coming. You can feel the pain of Arsene Wenger. He was being maligned for not winning, and the fall from grace was again something that was really painful for us to bear with. And
Definitely, yeah.
see him actually lift the trophy again. That was almost liberating for us, right, Ashi? For
Yeah,
Arsenal.
definitely, yeah.
So, and let's move to Rosanna. Rosanna, so right now, same question. In terms of Liverpool, is it a family affair as well for you?
Right. Okay. I was brought up watching football.
Okay.
In general, right? Not particularly Liverpool.
Oh.
As I was growing up as a kid, I've always been a copycat. I followed everything that my elder sister does, every single thing. So she kind of introduced Liverpool to the whole family, right?
Okay.
So when I was a kid, we didn't have the privilege or the luxury to watch matches week in, week out. So we had to depend on other various sources like the newspaper articles or whatever that comes on TV, whether it's live or not, we just watch it, right? So yeah, as a start, I was just a copycat. Okay, my sister loves Liverpool, so I follow suit. But as I grow up, I found out that Liverpool is. I feel strongly that they are the most successful English club, right? And well, Liverpool is just more than just a team. It's actually family. Like
It's a way of life.
Yeah, it's a way of life. If you have heard of the slogan, it's more than just a friend, it's family. So it's more than just winning trophies and all that. It's how they accept supporters from all over the world without any judgment, and how actually all supporters can come together without uh, uh, labeling people as armchair supporters. You've never been to Anfield, don't support my team.
Yeah.
So I think that makes the club beautiful, and I've been devoted to the club ever since.
Wow.
Nice.
Faris, maybe you're a Liverpool fan yourself, right?
Yeah.
So you probably feel this question more. Is there anything that you probably want to ask Rosanna personally when it comes to Liverpool and her support for the club? In terms of, I mean, right now, as you know, Rosanna, it's been a long time coming, even for yourself. The narrative was really a big one, a really long, arduous wait. 30 years that you have to wait. Who would have thought from the last time that you actually won it in 1989, 1991, and then you have to actually wait for 30 years for you to come back to the perch? How does it feel?
Okay, I was born in 1990, and that's probably about the year Liverpool stopped winning the league. I was pitching like, why? But yes, it was a long wait for all of us. 30 years, finally. I've had a lot of fans from other clubs telling us
Yeah.
we are being arrogant, stop it. But I think we deserve this. 30 years, you'll never understand this. And we will
I
not
mean,
stop.
I can really relate to Rosanna lah, because I'm also born in 1990. So technically, I never seen them lifting a league trophy before. So
Yep,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
yeah.
Just-
So
No, no.
Rosanna, have you been to Anfield?
Yes, I have. I've been there 3 times.
Wow.
Oh, wow!
Yeah.
And share with us a bit of the experience, Rosanna.
Oh, this is good, man.
It must be
First
surreal.
My first time was in 2013. I was supposed to catch the game against Spurs, but somehow I think during that year the game was postponed for some
Okay.
reason.
All right.
So I couldn't change my itinerary. So I just
Okay.
went ahead. My family went to Anfield. It was surreal, indescribable.
Okay.
I'm talking about it, my goosebumps. I have
Yeah.
goosebumps thinking about. So it's no first and the last. We keep going alternate years. So the
Wow.
last time I went was 2018.
Uh-huh.
I plan to go this year, but the situation and all that, I don't think so. And I've watched although I've been there 3 times, I only watched one match, which is
Okay.
against West Ham. That was in 2016 or 2017. Yeah, we drew 3-3 but
Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
my first game and had to draw. But I was pretty close with the players. I was at the lower tier and I was only 3 rows behind.
Okay.
So an amazing experience. I will never give up for anything at all. And I actually got to have a tour in their old stadium and the new one.
I see.
Yeah, currently they don't have the tunnel, right?
Yeah, the
Right.
farewell tunnel lah.
I got a picture.
You did? Wow.
Touching said so. Yeah, I get to actually visit the stadium before and after. I guess I'm quite grateful, and I can't wait to go there again because of I want to take a picture with that.
The Premier League trophy, yeah.
Yeah, although although it must be said, Rosanna, if you're really itching to touch a trophy, you can actually buy one replica, and you can just keep
I
it.
know,
You can actually
but what? I don't get. I'm sorry. I might hurt people's feelings, but I don't get buying it. Like, okay, you buy it, it's replica. Why? I mean, I don't know.
Just you could pretend like it's your trophy also, just like at the corner of your home also. Why not, right?
And the
No,
group
they took it. They took it for the fans, literally lah. I think. So they want to go and buy it.
And let's move to Ashi. Ashi, same thing. We did a bit of CSI, I guess. I think that's what we all do right now on social
Okay.
media. All right, a bit of looky, a bit of
Mhm.
Sherlock Holmes. So we saw that a couple of pictures you posted outside of the Emirates.
Yes.
The holy grail of football. Ashi,
Yes, the carpet. Yes.
talk us through the whole experience.
Okay. So I've been to the Emirates thrice now. So I
Wow.
first visited,
Wait.
but
Wait,
I first
Are you both on
okay.
the same itinerary or what? Both going over the
No.
stadium?
For me, the first time I visited was in 2016. So I went on a trip to London, visited some friends, visited the Emirates, but I went for the tour, but the stadium tour, but I did not manage to catch a game. Also, were playing Watford that weekend, but I didn't manage to catch a game because I was flying off that night.
Okay.
And I could not extend my flight. I couldn't change my flight because I was flew off on Saturday. I had to be in school on Monday. So I could not change my flight. I took the very last flight out. And it was so upsetting because I was there on match day itself. I was like just taking it in. I was like, oh my goodness, like I wish I was inside the stadium so badly. But and then in the end my flight was delayed and I actually could have made the game. But it was like, that was very, very frustrating. But no, thankfully for me, because
close yet so near.
yeah, but thankfully for me, earlier this year I was in London for a semester exchange.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so I managed to catch 2 Arsenal games, and it is easily like the greatest experience that I've had as an Arsenal fan.
Who was the manager back then? Don't tell me good evening.
No, I was earlier this year, so it was Arteta.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I was.
And which match do you
My first game was Arsenal versus Sheffield. It was a 1-1 draw, unfortunately. And Arsenal conceded very, very late equalizer. So that was also very frustrating.
Okay.
But like Martinelli scored just before halftime was actually a very great goal also. And it was quite exciting. But my second game was Arsenal versus Newcastle, 4-0. That was, oh my goodness, that was such an amazing game. And it was extra special for me because I went to that game with a fellow Arsenal fan. So she's also a friend of mine from university. So she was in Scotland for exchange. She came down to London and then we went to that game together. And it was the greatest experience. Yeah.
Wow, Faris, the experience that they had. Wow. You know, those are things that people can only
I never
of.
been there once, bro. I never
We will one day. We will definitely one day.
We will, after this COVID.
We are getting goosebumps. You can only imagine us watching from our own.
I'm sweating, bro. I'm sweating listening to the experience, bro.
The comfort of our own living room, and yet we are getting goosebumps. You know, can you imagine them being there, soaking in the whole atmosphere of it? My God. Only I think like Rosanna already mentioned, you cannot describe those feelings. All right. But thank you so much for sharing your experiences, your individual respective experiences in, of course, our stadium. Let's move on to the comment section, Faris. Couple of them are actually chiming in as well. So Faisal, actually, ladies, your most memorable match this season and why? So probably we'll start off with Rosanna. This season, the most memorable match. Don't tell me United and Anfield.
Most memorable.
Yeah.
I can't nitpick, but it doesn't have to be Liverpool match, right? Could it be the match where it confirmed that we are the
Yeah, that's a great match. Oh, I know. Chelsea and Man City. Okay. Right.
Good answer. Yeah, that's actually, it's out of the box.
Yeah, a lot. There are a lot of memorable matches. Nerve-wracking ones. Liverpool really never fail to give me cardiac arrest every single time, right? But if you're talking about memorable and it's something different, something special, I guess it's the match that confirmed that we are the league winners. I think it's something special. I mean, if you saw the footage of the Liverpool players' celebration, it was crazy. It felt as though they were playing and won, you know?
Yeah.
But you cannot blame us. I think you cannot blame them. 30 long years. So why not? And I remember staying up for that match. The whole family was just celebrating like crazy.
That's good. That's great to hear, right?
At 5:30 a.m. in the morning,
Yeah, it was. And remember some of our guests mentioned, especially Mayor, you will come on board later on. He mentioned that when he woke up, he cried. He went to his wife, and then again, it was a smack of disbelief. He actually mentioned to his wife, "We are champions. We are really champions." You know, that amount of disbelief, the reality check. Wow, that must really hit close to home. You know, again, really memorable. That was.
I remember my wife asking me why am I crying early in the morning.
You're crying. You're crying.
Bro, I rarely cry, bro.
I know. I've known you for a longer time. You know, I was down injured on the feet, but you didn't cry at all. And now you.
I was laughing back then, bro.
Some friends get into alright. But then again, Ashi, I want to ask you the same question as well, Ashi. Maybe this is also applicable for you. Most memorable match for you this season and why? Was it a match that just happened last Sunday?
I want to say that, but I have to say go with the Newcastle game because that was
Okay.
it was just amazing, and because Arsenal won, obviously, so it was good. It was a great experience. But also for me, like one of my favorite, my favorite Arsenal player is Mesut Ozil. So, and he has actually been frozen out of the squad for the last about year or so. So the fact that he actually scored in that game was super super special to me, and I felt that. And it was a very, very great goal also. I think it was a beautiful goal. It was a very classic Arsenal goal playing from the back. Then after that, so I thought for me that is my most memorable game that season, definitely. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I remember watching that match. It was goals galore.
Yeah, it was a 4-0. It was 4-0, and our front three plus Ozil scored, and it was yeah.
And you remember what went through the internet? What was circulating around was Opel, because that was their initial.
Yeah.
Everybody scored that day. My
So I
God.
think that might have been probably the only time that has ever happened. So that because Ozil has not been playing. So
That's probably the last time that you see it anyway. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Zed actually asked, ladies, the best goal from who? And of course, he's referring to the particular team that you support. Maybe actually you want to take this on, and then we'll push the mic over to Rosanna, of course.
Okay. I think probably it has to be like Wilshire's goal versus Norwich, because I think that's just again it's classic Arsenal. I think one of the reasons why I fell in love with Arsenal is because they play this kind of like silky football, just pass goal, and I think that still because I really liked Wilshere when he was at Arsenal also. So I think he was a great player, and I thought he could have been much better if not for injuries. So seeing that goal was actually I think we scored on the other end, I think Ramsey who scored something very similar also, a lot of pass.
Yeah.
So I think that goal must have been my favorite goal Arsenal have scored. Yeah.
Of course, and that will also rank high in many of our top 10 goals, right, for Arsenal.
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. And I think that will encapsulate what Arsenal is all about. That is the perfect epitome of an Arsenal goal. We will walk it through the net.
Yeah, that's how Arsenal do it. That's how Arsenal always want to walk it into the net. Yeah.
And then the goal line,
sometimes above the goal line, sometimes even Rosek, sometimes even outside the stadium. But then Rosanna, for yourself, the best goal from who?
Liverpool has got amazing goals, but there's one particular goal. I hope I don't offend any Gunners. It was.
You are going to offend me, just so you know. Wait.
It was. Okay, it was Oxlade-Chamberlain's crazy cracker against his former team.
Come on.
No, it was expected. It was far range. It was fast. No goalkeeper can ever catch that one, really.
Okay.
Right. And it shows that in Liverpool you don't just depend on Salah, Mane, Firmino to score the goals. It could be anyone. And
from all over the park.
Yeah. He scored a cracker. It was amazing. One of the best goals.
And it has to be Arsenal, of course. It has to be Arsenal, right?
And it has to be Oxlade-Chamberlain. Okay.
The dancer.
But props to Ox. No, nobody begrudge his move. I think we're all happy with him, right? Actually, I think he is always again gratitude towards us.
I don't have anything against him. But people always say this kind of things that you kind of hear a lot of time as an Arsenal fan. If you want to win a trophy, you have to leave Arsenal. And yes, that is very true. If you want to win the Premier League, you have to leave Arsenal. Premier League. I've heard that a lot. But I mean, of all of the players that have left Arsenal and gone on to win, I think he's the least salty. It's good for him, lah.
It's good. And also, let's take on the next one. Wow, we got a couple of coming in. Ashi. Hi, Ashi.
No. I'm not saying that.
Not another one.
I'm not saying that live.
Diana, you never walk alone. All right, really in support for Rosanna, I guess.
That's my friend. Yep.
It's your friend. Hi, Diana. All right. And also we've got Iza again. Another question from him, ladies.
Who's your favorite player?
And why? Because of this is where you guys gotta nip it right in his butt.
Give it back to him, man. Give it back
All
to
right.
him.
You look all fiery and feisty for it. Why not you take this? Maybe you there are two parts and components to this question. Maybe you tackle the lighter side of it first. Who's your favorite player? And then the damning part of the question. Is it because of their looks or their skills?
If you're talking about this season, I don't have any particular favorite player, but if I had to pick, I would pick our captain, Jordan Henderson.
Henderson,
But-
yeah.
But there is a reason behind that, okay? When Kenny Dalglish first brought him in with Stewart Downing, I was like, why him? I felt that he wasn't the player Liverpool was looking for. I kept questioning, why do you play him? Why him? But, as seasons goes by and then Klopp managed the team, he had this monster mentality where he doesn't give up. He continues to prove all the doubters wrong. He proved me wrong. He proved a certain Alex Ferguson wrong as well. If you're aware of what he said about Henderson, right?
Yeah.
And look at him now. Okay, he was now he's wow. He has lifted trophies for Liverpool. He has captained the team to success. So what is there not to like about him, really? Yeah. And I'm more impressed with players who started from the bottom. Like Drake song, and then you achieve.
Rose to the top,
I'm more impressed than that rather than a very established player.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And his journey in Liverpool really impressed me, and hence why I picked him as my player. And to answer the second question, why? Because of looks and their skills, I think I addressed it. Okay. Not just his skills, he has improved a lot in his skills, but also his mentality. I think he took over the greatest, one of the greatest captain Liverpool has ever had, which is our CBG. It's not easy. It's not easy, right?
Very big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
And Henderson really proved us all wrong. Because of looks, come on, really looks. If you ask me about looks, right, I would have liked Karius, but I don't. So.
Lord Carriers, bring him back. Please bring him back.
Is he still at Liverpool? I didn't realize that.
No, he's no longer in Liverpool.
He's not Liverpool anymore, right?
Yeah, but we all, if we all have one universal player to bring him back to Liverpool, we all pray for that.
No, the fact that we have to be aware. We watch football. We like a particular player not because of how they look like, right?
Right.
Definitely, yeah.
That answers as hard question because I'm really triggered by it. I've had a lot of these experiences.
Calma.
You gotta calm yourself down.
All right, so that's pretty much set the tone, all right, when it comes to the answer. Calma. All right, so there you go. Cheryl, I hope you have already gotten an answer. That was a lengthy one done by our dear Rusana. For yourself, Ashi, favorite player right now?
Ooh, okay. I guess my favorite footballer is Mesut Ozil. I know it's like who supports Ozil in 2020, but I feel like in terms of talent, I think he's like genuinely one of the most talented players that Arsenal have had over the last like 10 or so years. And it's just pure football skill. And I think every time when you see that when he's actually on form, I think it's like really a wonder to watch. And if I've enjoyed Ozil since he was at Schalke still, and then he moved to Madrid. Watched him when he was at Madrid. When he came to Arsenal, I was like really, really excited. And he sort of proved his price tag in the first 2-3 seasons. I mean, we won a trophy, and he was an instrumental part also of that season when we almost won the league also. Yeah, so Mesut Ozil is still like one of my favorite players. So, and you can't say it's because of looks, because he's not the most good-looking guy. He dresses well. He's a very well-dressed guy, but he's not the most good-looking. But in just terms of pure footballing talent, I think Mesut Ozil.
But there you go. I think both of our female counterparts have actually rightfully debunked that myth of they actually support a club for a certain set of rule or fascination, or infatuation for a player. So there you go. They know their stuff very well. Mesut Ozil and also Jordan Henderson that they mentioned about, right?
But Anodi,
yes.
What about? I mean, we've been talking about how they love this, how they love that. Let's talk about their most hated player. Why not?
Most hated player. Ken, before we do that, right, Faris, I think it's fair that we also give a chance to actually pose this question. I think this is a very good one.
Mr.
All right,
Kel.
by of course our favorite Chelsea guy, Kelvin. Kel actually asked, ladies, who is the first underrated current squad player and thoughts one player to watch out for next season? Probably we'll start with Ashi first. This one.
Underrated player. I think he's being appropriately rated now, but I think Martinez has really stepped up from
Yeah.
after Leno's injury. And if we remember back to when Martinez that 7-5 at Reading, and it was a complete mess, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I think he said in an interview recently that he's still being people still tease him for that and stuff, but I think he has really stepped up because
Okay.
Leno has easily been one of our best players this season also.
Yep.
So to step up in Leno's shoes and actually do really well since the restart, I think Martinez has been really great. And he's been at Arsenal. I think he's one of the longest serving players
10
at
years.
Arsenal now also.
10 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Tall
I
order.
think definitely underrated because he has talent that no one has actually we haven't seen on display so much because he hasn't gotten so many opportunities to play.
Alright.
Yeah.
And
One
also
player to watch.
yeah.
I would say Bukayo Saka. I think what a kid, man. He's younger than me. I think that kind of blows my mind. Because I'm quite young, so I feel like every time I see a player, most of them they're always older than me. But the fact that Saka is younger than me and he's got upgrade shirt number also. He's a number 7, very big shoes to fill. Exactly.
Yeah.
Very big shoes to fill also. So I think Saka is definitely one to watch. Yeah.
Definitely. And I couldn't agree more with you actually for this one. And also, Rosanna, you look a bit more relaxed now. You are, clinging onto the back right now. I hope all that and anger has been expressed out. All right. So right now, same thing. In terms of the question, underrated squad player and also someone to watch for next season.
Underrated current squad player. I don't think he's not underrated, but he is not credited enough. It's Robertson. I think he's an amazing left back. He's an amazing left back. Okay, but he wasn't given enough credit. It was always the front three and then Van Dijk, But when it comes to Robertson, he doesn't get enough credit. And I think he defends well, he attacks well, he knows how to maneuver himself around. His crosses are brilliant. And he's come a long way. I mean, he was a relegated player, right?
Yeah.
And look at where he is now. Amazing. Undercloak. Beautiful.
Yep. And one player we ought to look out for next season, Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, I was about to say Harvey Elliott. I think he's a young chap. He's only 17.
He's even younger than Saka.
17, yeah.
Way younger than us, but look at him. He can definitely bloom into a brilliant player if given more opportunity. But it's quite sad that he wasn't given the medal because of the minimum 5 matches, whatever. But
he'll soon get more than 5.
Yes. So hopefully he's a great addition. Just keep a lookout for him.
Yep, and also Farid actually also did ask before we actually highlighted Kelvin's question. Without any further explanation, one player that you hate. You don't have to explain your choice.
Me?
Sana. Yeah.
Not necessarily current season, right? Can be
Anyone.
All yours.
Okay, Gary Neville.
Okay, we all will understand why.
There's no explanation needed, bro.
No explanation needed for that one.
No explanation needed. Yeah.
Where is Gary? Alright. And that's all about yourself, Ashi.
I think it has to be Van Persie. It's difficult because
It is.
you don't have to explain, so I'm not gonna explain myself. I think Van Persie.
We all understand, all right. Also, Chamin actually chime in with her own question as well. What are your club's favorite signing? Let's change, all right, from the plural. Let's go with singular instead. What is, or who is rather, your favorite signing right now, Ashi, of all times?
I think of
Ozil again.
I don't want to say Ozil again. If I say this season, then I think I would say Kieran Tierney. I think he's been Tierney has really been amazing since he got from injury, and he's really slowly building into it.
Yeah.
I think he's one thing I really like about Tierney is that I do admire players like Bellerin who are definitely football is not the only thing that they have going on, and they have other things going on, because I think it's important that for you get this criticism a lot for footballers also that they should focus on the football, but obviously it's their day job, they are focusing on football. So but for me, Tierney, I think he's just really old school, and that's actually quite refreshing to see in a very young lad also, because these kind of young guys are the ones who are very into other stuff. Totally fine. I think it's important to have that stuff, but I think Tierney is like maybe definitely my favorite signing this season. Yeah,
And he's fast becoming our own brand of Andrew Robertson.
I think he might be better.
Yeah.
I agree. Defensively though, defensively
Defensively might be better, but his attacking game could still be, he could improve definitely. Yeah.
have to be desired for. Yeah, I totally agree. And also right now we are running about 45 minutes down into the show. How we wish we can extend this for another 45 minutes. But not to worry, it seems like a lot of people right now actually absolutely love having you both right now. So in fact, that's one. Faisal Jamal mentioned these ladies know their football stuff that they can actually put some of you guys to shame. Wow.
Yeah.
And many people say amen to that. See, many people agree themselves. You guys all biased, huh? Just because lady? Yes, agree to that. Agree to that. But also, there's also a
Yeah.
comment worth highlighting as well. You know, he just wants to put it out on record. This guy again, you see, Ruzana, you might have just got the raw now, all right? Based on my question, don't worry, I'm not biased. My wife is a Man United fan. Arsenal has good-looking players, including Arteta, based on just looks, and she likes Leno, Walcott, and Bellerin.
I think that's definitely true. I think Arsenal probably has one of the most good-looking teams in the league. But like, I think that's just secondary, obviously.
Okay, all right,
But yeah.
since you were the last one speaking, all right, Ashi, can you please do the honor of reading this out?
Sorry, my Indonesian is not that great.
This is probably Ruzana, you want to take
Indonesian.
a point?
Actually, he's in my Facebook friend list, but I don't understand what he's talking about.
All right, Gerard Kurniawan, if you are, probably you need a Google translation, mate, because this is actually not cutting the cake for us. Dong weh, tuan ngerti
It's
no ngomong
Javanese,
apa. Oh,
Yeah,
she
it's
mentioned that we
Javanese.
don't understand what you guys are talking about. I think so.
I think the accent though. I think the accent.
This is just based
It
on the
has to be our
intonation.
accent.
No,
Maybe,
yung
maybe.
ngerti ngomongnya doh, ya. Iya, Google Translate ya dong. Thierry possesses the old school mental toughness of a
Mental toughness.
And yeah, who can actually forget the picture he took when we actually got ourselves into the final? That blew the Twitter world apart. That middle finger.
That was so funny, and I think it was funnier that Martinez posted that, and then like, everybody after that was just like scrambling. I think it was hilarious.
All right, next one, Rosanna. Who's the bigger Judas, Owen or RVP?
I cannot stand Owen anymore. I can't. All right. Once you're a Liverpool player, you cannot, no matter what, you cannot join the other side. You know, it's rivalry. Okay, but once you're a man, you're always a man. So Owen, you're the biggest Judas. I don't even know why you are the spokesperson for Liverpool. It should be some other player that is, I don't know, like Daniel Agger, for instance. He had MINW tattooed across his knuckles, for God's sake. Why choose Owen when he betrayed us? Even start.
That doesn't
Because
disgust
it's a
you.
local lad, I think. Yeah.
Does it disgust you, Rosanna, when he speaks about it? When he speaks about your title triumph, does it disgust you personally?
Yeah. I mean, you don't have the rights anymore.
Ooh. They say don't ever incur the wrath of a woman. You know when you just did yourself no justice there. All right. All right, let's go
He's
on.
my favorite player though, actually. Sad lah.
I'm sad to see, right? Yeah,
He was.
many Liverpool fans would have actually have the same answer as you, bro. Many of them start falling in love with Liverpool for that guy. That guy, the last who have actually won a Ballon d'Or for himself, that was Michael Owen.
Yes, correct. But he had a reason though.
Yeah.
I was tuning into Carragher's podcast on Spotify.
Yeah, he was left with no choice, right?
Yeah.
All right, and Mark also actually asked Liverpool fans, guys and girls, what do you think of your next signing, Jamal Lewis? Yeah, Rosanna, maybe you want to take this on?
Yeah, I just read somewhere I don't know if it's rumors or not, but I think it's about okay, we need a cover for our left back. We only have Andrew Robertson. So I think Jamal Lewis would be a brilliant signing. I mean, he's also a relegated player, just like Andrew Robertson was. So who knows? He will shine just like Andrew Robertson. I think it would be a good signing. It's necessary actually. What if Andrew Robertson gets injured? Who's going to replace him? I think he's going to be a good cover for Andrew Robertson.
All right, perfectly said. Right first. Also, this will be the unfortunately first, the last question for both of our guests today. All right, I'll start off with Ashi, of course. And then we bring on the next set of guests. He's already actually warming up the bench. All right, he reigns all the way from the Geordie side of England, from Newcastle, the Toon Army guy himself. So to talk about the
Toon
field,
Army.
a bit rather takeover, unfortunately. All right, actually, just to close this, of course, we are all buzzing. Right now there are springs in our steps right now. Of course, after that monumental victory against Chelsea, nobody gave us a morsel of hope, but we overturned the deficit. All right, we overturned the narrative. Not to say that nobody could actually see it coming. We have done that a couple of times before. This is actually our cup.
Especially this season, surprisingly.
But also to put things into perspective, right? We shouldn't overguess about this victory because why? We have seen this so many times before. This falls dawn. But this time around, with a different manager, finally, all right, after 20 odd years, we have won a piece of silverware, and it's not from Arsene Wenger. And how significant do you think this victory was for Arteta and Arsenal? And do you think this will be the perfect building block moving forward for Arsenal?
I think definitely. I'm pretty sure like Arteta signed a long-term contract as well. So it means that, he's serious and he wants to build up Arsenal. I think when he came in as a player, also he came in at a time when Arsenal were in shambolic, basically. It was just after that horrific loss against United. I don't want to talk about that also. But I think he has that mentality, we ended up doing not so badly that season, and coming in as a manager, obviously he's played under Arsene, so he knows that Arsenal style, how Arsenal play and what are the club's values and stuff. And coming in from Pep, who's obviously, a great manager also, so he's that experience of dealing with like big name players and how to get the best out of them. And I think bringing that forward to Arsenal hopefully can only go up. Because with Arteta winning a trophy, taking halfway through the season from Emery, I think, and the fact that he's very constrained, he has a lot of things he has to work with what he has. It shows, how great of a manager is actually, and how hopefully this is a springboard for Arsenal that they can, properly like build a team that's like, but also go back to that kind of Arsenal identity that we kind of fell in love with. And because like he mentioned also, sort of like when he came in, he thinks that Arsenal has lost their way a little bit, and I honestly agree. So hopefully with Arteta at the helm, we can sort of move forward, challenge for more trophies, challenge for the league, and obviously get back into the Champions League.
Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up all of our Arsenal hope. I think what Arteta has given us is actually that four-letter word, hope, not love. Of course, he did give a bit of love also to many of the players, but hope is what we are clinging on to. And I think one thing good about Arteta, he always talk up a good game. He's such a master when it comes to PR. And when every time he leaves the press conference, right, you feel hopeful about Arsenal. And long may it continue, right, for us, Arsenal. Now, you've got the current champions, Rosanna. This is your spot, all right? You can dribble all the way past the goal line. For yourself, what's the aspiration for Liverpool next season? Now that you have a clean sweep of everything that was being offered, all right, on a footballing stage, what's next for Liverpool?
I think my hope is we have to be consistent. We shouldn't stop here. I mean, the last few seasons has been wonderful. We were the champions of Europe, champions of the world, and then now champions of England. So I hope we don't stop here. I hope that monster mentality continues, right? We build up the players. We let them gel together. I'm hoping Minamino could gel in together. I mean, okay, maybe he's nervous, shy, but I guess Liverpool works as a family. I find that they have just one goal in mind, to just win games. And we don't talk about success yet. I think it's one game at a time. No matter what, one game at a time. We win all the games if possible. Yes, we're not invincible like Arsenal. But
we nearly got there. We nearly got there.
Like who?
Right. Okay. So my point is, I hope we don't stop here.
Okay.
No complacency. Don't just sit back. Okay, I've achieved all I want. No, I hope we just continue being the champions of. Okay, it's a bit hard to say everything lah, but as much as possible, at least one per season, and no more trophy drought, no more title drought. Hopefully, this is the start of something amazing and beautiful for all Liverpool supporters. Yeah.
Yes, nicely said, right, Faris? I think that will probably be the hope that you harbor as well as a Liverpool.
Especially,
Especially
as a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, and it's great. Right now, we have finally wrapped up the season, at least for the domestic context.
The longest season ever.
It has been the longest season ever. By right, traditionally, we should be looking forward to the restart right now. And also, just for the of it, right, Ashi and both Ruzana, go on with your score predictor. You know that we are going to lock horns, all right, on the 29th. The both of us are still at Liverpool. We'll start with Ruzana. We playing.
Charity Shield.
Ruzana, before you go on blabbering and being all confident about it, remember you guys are playing
No,
against us.
the thing about Liverpool supporters is we are quite humble.
You
Only-
sure or not?
Only when we win the league after 30 years, I think we have the right to be, a little bit arrogant and boast around. But we are not like confirm win one last. No, we are not like that. Okay, we are professional. We look
We
at
respect our opponents.
yes.
Okay.
If we
Okay.
feel
Yeah.
that we are rubbish during the match, we admit it.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, we will never write off our opponents,
All right.
no matter where they are in the league. Never, because with Liverpool, you never know what happens. The ball is round. Many times they've given cardiac arrest, as I've mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what my father.
We won against Man City and then we lost to Watford 3-0. So,
Yeah.
you know,
And I think that's the beauty of watching football, right? The cardiac arrest. But then again, you have not actually answered my question. What do you think will be the scoreline against the mighty Arsenal playing at our home, Wembley?
Mighty Arsenal. Okay. I
he likes to do it. He likes to say the mighty Arsenal.
I have to do it. Nobody will do it.
He
can
has
you?
to do it.
that
Yeah.
even mightier Liverpool would probably
Wow,
clean.
Give it back at you, bro. She throw it back at you.
Hey, you look at Aki's reaction.
Okay,
No, we gotta say Arsenal are unbeaten at Wembley in like I don't know how many games. I can't even count anymore because we love playing at Wembley. Even when we played Spurs at Wembley, we didn't lose. So
talking about the current season, our
Okay,
know.
okay. All right. So what's the score? What was the scoreline be for you? And
we are so far up, we can't even look. Okay, anyway, I would say 2-1 to Liverpool.
2-1 to Liverpool. And actually, not that you have to defend Arsenal. All right, we are playing at our home ground. Let them remember. Of course, we were also the last team to beat them. Actually, that was a comprehensive victory. A bit of an Italian job hit and run. But then again, how do you think the
It was a
match will end?
shocker, man. Yeah.
How would the
I
match will
would
end?
say Community Shield 1-1, Arsenal on penalties.
There you go. That's what I think as well. All right. But with that, we wrap up the first component of the show. All right, which was
Yes.
always on the female counterparts. Ladies, we are really, really grateful and thankful for your time.
Very
of course.
grateful.
I know it's not easy for you guys to come up, to actually muster up the courage to come up. That is something really commendable. I hope Rosanna and both also, Ashi, if you have friends, come on, join us. Again, like I mentioned, I want to curate an all-female show whereby the
Spread the
moderator is
word.
not, it will be another female to actually hold. Look at how you guys speak about football. You like Faisal mentioned, you will put many of us to shame, and I truly agree, right, Faris? Like this, by far and large, could be the top 10 guests that we have ever had for Nepshot Studio, and we have a lot of guests over the
Yes.
1 year, right?
We might have our top 10 best guests here at the end
Maybe
of the season.
we have an
Maybe.
award.
Yeah.
Look up
End of
mailbox.
season awards.
End of season award. Look up for your mailbox.
Yeah.
Your mailbox. All right. But then again, from Manori Nepshot Studio, thank you so much, Rosanna. Thank you so much, Ashi. We will look forward, of course, to the next season, and of course, having you guys on board again. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
so
having
much.
us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
All right.
Whoa.
So that's done.
Yeah.
That's done, Faris.
Totally
All right, we've
changed
got
my
one
perspective,
settled
bro.
already. So right now, we've got to invite. He has been waiting on the bench for really, really long time, bro. And we have to apologize to him because I don't think he's in the best of state when it comes to mental health. Right now, he might be raging. He beaten up a couple of lampposts along the way as well.
Hopefully the Geordie Shaw's bridge, the breeze is gonna cool him down.
Because
Let's hope for that.
one of the biggest topic that has actually dominated the headlines, all right, which is the failed bid, of course,
Yes.
from the Arabia, the lahala laha.
The Habibi.
Habibi ya Maulana. All right, but then again, all right, let's cut the chase. We'll bring on, all right, proudly representing the Geordie side of England, Mr. Aidil. Aidil, how are you doing, my man?
Yo, what's
You
up,
good?
man, everybody?
You good?
Good, man. How are you?
How are you,
Yeah, I'm
Aidil?
good.
Is my voice loud enough?
Your pitch perfect.
Yeah,
man.
it's perfect, bro.
Alright, cool.
How have you been
Yo.
coping this past week, Aidil, with all the current drama and saga?
I think I've been coping with COVID better than coping with this takeover.
But
Oh, I mean, the takeover is really that bad, man. Really gets into your skin.
I think it's not. It does lah.
It's
but
not under, no. It's get into your skin, no.
It's like
Well,
part of my skin already, you know. It's like
And I did. Before we head for the motorway, right? All right, let's calm ourselves. Right, let's start with the easier part of it first. Ideal, of course, we all want to know. Newcastle, not your most conventional of choice when it comes to football support. Why the famous?
How do you come about? Yeah, how?
Okay, the first ever football match that I watched was Newcastle versus Manchester United, 5-0 drubbing. That was
Wow.
like one of the best games. That was the entertainers era. So
Okay, yeah.
I thought, okay, this is how football should be played lah.
Okay.
And it stuck. So I just stood by Newcastle and everything else. I mean, I cannot say I don't regret it, but yeah lah. I think it's brought more pain and more stress to myself than work and than school than anything lah. Supporting Newcastle.
Yeah.
Wow. I hope
Actually, you've experienced something that I and Anoli don't know,
Yeah.
which is
definitely.
that's
Nobody else
the
has lah.
championship.
Probably,
Yeah.
probably the closest, probably Leeds United lah. Leeds United fans lah.
Yes,
Yes.
correct.
Probably
Yes,
the
and yes.
closest, yeah.
Yeah, and I do. Now that we are on this topic, of course, let's speak about it when it comes to the takeover. Of course, talk us through first and foremost when the whole news came out, right? That there might be a possibility of you guys being bought over by not just any regular Tom, Dick, or Harry. This is indeed the richest guy, one of the richest guy in the world. Because if he had taken over you guys, this guy is actually 15 times richer than Roman. I know he's
Yeah.
going to be. You guys are going to be the richest club in the world. But and talk to me. Like when that whole news broke out, you as a Newcastle fan, and also the fan base in Singapore, how were you guys reacting to that news?
I mean, this thing has been ongoing since 2017. Amanda Stavely and so have been talking about buying Newcastle. Only about recently, I think 2019 to 2020 lah, right? Where they really announced that Amanda Stavely, the Reuben brothers are rich as hell as well. And,
They are,
and
they are.
PCP, Saudi Arabia. So initially, like how we've been taking it since 2017, it's like take it with a pinch of salt lah. This thing will never happen lah.
Okay.
So until Sky Sports announced, then we're like, hey, dude, this is it went further than usual, and then it went to the director's test. It went to etc. lah, you know. And all the memes come out about Newcastle buying Mbappe, buying Coutinho, and all. No? Of course, it didn't come from us. It came from other people.
Yeah.
We just play along, lah. You know, it's interesting. When it came to like, it went the furthest lah. That since 2017, this thing went the furthest. So we thought, okay, this is for real, man. Oh, finally, come on, somebody take this club. We didn't even want it to be like the richest man. It could be. To me, it could be Najib Razak with his dirty money and buying Newcastle. I'll be like, yeah, take it over from Mike Ashley.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah.
Just as long as it's not my Ashley lah.
Anybody but my Ashley lah.
Yeah, now with like Saudi Arabia money, it's like, wow, is this really is this really true?
Okay.
So when it went longer than usual, that's when you thought, typical Newcastle lah, typical. It's bound to happen lah, this thing. So it's like, this is Newcastle. Yeah. Okay, then we went with our normal life.
Okay.
But
All right.
the
Good.
back of it, but the back, like people start to make fun of us, and I'm like, oh, shit, man.
It happens, bro. It happens.
Yeah, I know. And as well, Faris, we are neutrals, right? And of course, we grew up in the 90s as well. We watched football from the 90s. Newcastle, like he also mentioned, I did the entertainers. You had Project Gillespie out front, your Esprella, and also your Cheryl. Everybody was entertaining.
Solano was a player.
Ginola was from the era as well.
Ginola, yeah.
When we hear of that news, I gotta be honest with you, I was dead scared. Because I know the influence of money can actually derail Arsenal's title ambition. We have seen it again. The prime example, first Chelsea and then also Man City. That kind of pushed us all the way to the back when it comes to the pecking order. And now to contemplate another prospect, another big club with all the riches, Newcastle. And we were discussing this, of course, in general with all my Arsenal fans as well. I was asking them like, wait, do we really want this to go through? Because of course the romance of it would really be beautiful to see Newcastle being back on top again where they belong. But then again, we also have our own club's interest at heart, and say like, this might just seal our fate as a top team club. No more than that, because Newcastle, as you know, money can indeed buy you success. Developer stories, the stories developed and it became more serious. I also invited one of your friend as well, Hairul. Remember, Faris, we brought Hairul Yeah,
Yes.
but he was also quite nonchalant, with his attitude. He says like, no, I wouldn't believe this. Again, when it comes to the development of the story, there's nothing that you can take for gospel.
It's too good to be true, lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that we were talking about signings and stuff, and he was really realistic about it. He said, no, I'm not going to talk about it. We know for sure that this might just be a gimmick. And again, lo and behold, we came about the news. It was really shocking. Again, it was attention, right, Ideal. This one, right? So the financial actually blames league for failed Newcastle bid. There are actually two parts to this question that I really want to ask you, Ideal, as a Newcastle fan. But before we do, just to actually lift up your spirit quite a bit, we've got Alif Ridwan.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yo, Mad Pies. He's part of Mad Pies as well.
Wow, what a jersey, man. Wow. Okay. All right. We put in the line, leaving the panel. Sheikh Hussein. Hi, Sheikh. Hope you're
Another Mad
enjoying your
Pies.
shift.
Yo.
Another one. And then also Faisal also mentioned Liverpool fans can actually relate with the Magpies. All right. And then wait. Mayor 4-3-3.
This
Said
one
calling
against
more.
Liverpool.
That one.
Against Liverpool 4-3.
All right.
Twice. Liverpool
Twice,
against Newcastle 4-3.
And then also, alamak. Hi, Abang Faris. Wow. Hi, Abang Faris.
Hi, adik.
Imran Shah. Oi, Imran, one of the biggest fan in Singapore when it comes to
Yo.
Newcastle. Always super fanatic about his support. Hi, Imran. And wait. I want to ruffle your feather. Yem. Who
Duit
else?
haram.
Faris? Who else?
Who else, man? Who else?
Duit haram. That's why the bid did not go through. For the benefit of a non-Malay viewer, all right, duit haram is illegitimate money. That's why the bid didn't go through.
Dirty money. Layman term is dirty money.
And then
I
also,
said Najib Razak, you buy also I don't mind, man. Duit haram lah.
I did. Macam Lauren Robert kick the ball straight to Bernard's face.
Yeah, this one. I remember this game also.
Right. Matt Price. And then Calvinda. Always a nice guy. Always nice with his words. Newcastle really a true sleeping giant. And then Hungry Foodie. I agree with his first in Night City. Alamak. Where did this guy come from? All right. Enough of Man City. You could have actually be another Man City, but unfortunately did not. Ideal. Let me start off with when the news actually broke that the whole bid is actually over. Again, it was not successful. It was a failed bid. There were two parts of it. I think in the UK, I was listening to a lot of UK podcasts, especially some of the Newcastle fans. Of course, they were incensed. They were totally livid with it. But then again, the press took it into their liberty to blame it on the Newcastle fans. Think like, why do you guys even want to take up this owner? Because again, they are, when it comes to moral decorum, again, when it comes to moral, when it comes to ethics, these people are apparently bad people. So the UK press were blaming your fan base for being so desperate. Do you agree with that term, Ideal?
Desperate in the sense of wanting my Ashley out lah, because of all the like failed things that he done lah. Like, he done a lot of stupid things lah. One thing to name is Rafa Benitez lah. Not pushing for Rafa.
He twists the drama.
Yeah, that was Rafa already had a good foundation already in the team. So not okay. I mean, that's besides the point lah. So for us, it's not about us winning titles, or it's not about us being on the same breath as Man City or Liverpool or the top four, etc. It's just about a new ownership, about having hope again, like you said just now. The thing about Arteta giving you hope and etc. So it's all about hope. With Mike Ashley, with Steve Bruce as a manager. I mean, nothing against him, but it's barely hope lah. There's not even, to me lah personally, there's the hope isn't there.
Just you're playing to stay safe, that's all.
Playing to avoid relegation and everything else. So that's pretty much it lah.
No, I totally agree with you, bro. I totally agree with you. I think for those characters out there who are throwing shades at Newcastle fan base, saying that they are desperate, they are just chasing clouds. They are just writing for people to actually, clickbait stories. Because look, if you were to actually throw this proposal at Faris, let's say now, Faris, you have the option of having a mega rich owner taking over your club. I would know the answer. I would definitely say yes to it. Why not? Again, we are
any day, man.
Yeah, we are supporters. Man. We are supporters.
Yeah.
All we
want to see them happy, win, successful.
Winning. The pure adrenaline when your club wins. Again, look at what Arteta did. Just a small Mickey Mouse trophy, they call it. But then the moment of exuberance, lasted even a week. Right now, I have not changed out. And the same hope can actually be felt by Newcastle, and why not? One of the biggest club in England with one of the
Yeah.
biggest stadiums right now, and only for their dreams to be dashed in that manner, I think that's totally cruel. And
Yeah.
I do when it comes to the decision of again putting a total stop to the takeover, who do you actually blame this on?
I think it's more or less the Premier League lah. Because I mean, if they were dilly dallying and they were like holding their decision to say the least. So because for the past few months they say there's no red flags towards this potential takeover. So they
Yep.
didn't say much. I think it's just they are worried about making a decision and creating like a, what we call it, like a precedence, like that, like right now Sheffield United, the owner is from Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
Okay, and
Yep.
I guess the Premier League doesn't want to offend maybe Man City with the Qatari owners. I think Man City is probably
I
one of the biggest
Yeah.
Yeah.
opposition towards this takeover.
Yeah.
Qatari owners, and you know lah. I mean, I'm sure you guys read about
They
how
pull some strings. Yeah.
yeah. The Bean Sports, Richard Keys and everything else. So I think
Yep.
it's more or less just it's not about Newcastle as it is, but they just don't want to displease the Qatari people lah.
Mm. Yeah. No.
Involving with Man City and PSG and etc.
You are right.
Yeah.
You are definitely right about it because we actually, Faris, we also spoke about this, off air about the potential of the takeover. But there were so many permutations, when it comes to how the takeover can fail. Not to succeed, but to fail. They talk about human rights. They talk about even the old story of Jamal Khashoggi, the Saudi Arabian.
Yeah.
In terms of human rights, they talk about piracy with being sports and stuff.
Yeah.
But then again, like you mentioned, and I truly, truly agree with you, it's not to actually hurt the ego of the Qataris because they,
Yeah.
for the first time, have been one of the biggest boys in Premier League. And if you
Yeah.
all know, Premier League is indeed an independent entity. They're a business at the end of the day. And look at how even Man City got away with just a minor slap on the wrist.
Yep. True.
Again, that is the perfect reading. If you need any kind of indication where this would actually lead to. All right, but
Yeah.
hold on, we got more questions for you, Aidil. All right,
Go.
actually mentioned what morals are people
Let's go
talking
back.
about?
Go to the comments.
Play act to get other sense of pressuring ref. Don't blame the fans. Even the media folks are fans and have their bias in what they write. Totally agree with you, bro. Totally agree. Yep.
I mean, if you want to talk about all this, everything plays a part. You see.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think again, it's totally horrific, man, for the journalists to actually write against Newcastle fans. Faisal actually asked, Ideal, share with us what was promised by the owner and when it comes to transfer dealings, Ideal.
From the Ruben brothers, he announced that 250 million will be spent for the next 5 transfer windows, I think.
Okay.
Or 4 transfer windows, which
Alright.
is not that
Not
big
huge,
an
yeah.
amount if you think about it in 4 transfer windows, but
Of course.
it's still something that can probably propel Newcastle to maybe the same level as Wolves right now.
Yep.
Wolves with money suddenly became a powerhouse,
Mhm.
before this, with all the Portuguese additions, etc. So I think that is where the Newcastle, like Saudi Arabia, Stavely and Ruben wanted Newcastle to be at for the next few seasons at least lah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
not to immediately win the Premier League, but if they do, then yeah lah, that's a bonus lah.
Of course. And Ideal, I'm very sure you guys would have been reading religiously to all the news content out there, right, in the media. When it comes to transfer, be honest with us, Ideal. Come on. Was there one player that you think, honestly, this one we sure get? I think this one we sure get.
What
Guaranteed.
when if
Because of transfer.
the takeover happened?
If the takeover were to actually succeed.
Probably. I mean, it's unrealistic, but I felt Coutinho or Gareth Bale might join. Just to reignite their career,
Career, correct. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, they're quite
Because
slow.
nobody seems to want them. Arsenal is trying to talking to Coutinho. If
Coutinho,
I'm
yes,
not mistaken.
Yes,
But nobody seems to like really give a decent project in front of them until like okay they are sold, they are signed straight away.
Yep.
So I think
You're right.
the new Newcastle project will be enticing for them lah.
Yeah, right. And also we want to rate this. Any mega owners can buy any clubs, but there should be limit spending like credit cards. It goes to any league. Yeah. And that's where FFP would actually come in, right?
FFP, yeah.
But then again, now that we
Yeah.
understand there is FFP, there is a way that you can deviate away from punishment from the FFP. As Man City, they should know how to do it, right?
You have to have Qatari owners.
Qatari owners,
Yeah.
Yeah.
nobody wants to poke their nest. They must be, really God sent.
Yes. Because
All right.
they messed with the Russians with Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't mess with Qatari. So
I think it all because it's because of Bean Sports lah. I think
Bean Sports, yeah,
Qatari
that's
own-
Yeah.
that's the major thing lah.
Major thing.
Really doesn't want disturb Bean Sports lah.
Yeah, you're right. Okay,
Yeah.
and then the next one, Muhammad Gaddafi mentioned, ingat Samad yang kena interview. Alamak. Ini Samad the puppet. Ini Samad the puppet that he's referring to?
Sama the puppet, yeah.
Oh, Samad the puppet. Okay.
Ah.
Alright. Faris,
Yeah,
I think it's great
Yeah,
that
bro.
we have Ideal. You will follow us throughout, all right, our remaining journey, all right, in this current show. We got about half an hour more. This is our last show anyway, right, Faris? Let's keep the ball
Yeah.
rolling. Let's not stop. Let's talk all about football. But if we want to talk about football, Faris, we need one guy. And one guy only.
The master. Yeah, the master.
The master.
The master.
the
The
chief
mayor. But he goes
the,
with one name lah. He got a lot of name, but he only goes
A
with
couple of
one name.
He's
Yeah.
got a couple of names, all right. But then again, I think right now, it's time that we bring on the master of all masters. All right. I don't know whether he's ready or not. Let's see if let's check out on him. If he's ready, Mayor, I hope you're ready to actually come on board, Mayor. Right now, let's all put our hands together to our favorite, our most lovable pundit in the entire nation. Bring on.
Tabloid pundit. The
The mayor.
mayor. Oh,
Oh,
slowly
oh,
walking into the screen.
hey.
How are you, man?
Hey,
How are you?
Mayor, how are
I'm
you?
good, man. Paris, my man. Woo!
You see this?
Wanda Metro
You see this?
Belipat Utana. Woo!
You see this?
Oh.
The mayor, you see this now, mayor?
Woo! The gold batch. Whoa!
Mayor,
Come on.
how was your week, Mayor?
My week is good so far. But first, I want to congratulate Arsenal for winning the FA Cup. Brilliantly played.
Mhm.
And my prediction was wrong, but
Of course.
my scorer was right. Alba.
Yes. Aubameyang.
Alba is going to sign.
Okay, that's what you say. We will get
Wait,
to
wait,
Auba.
wait, wait.
Ah.
But hello, Ideal. How are you,
Hello.
man?
What's up, man?
Okay, so we have the mayor. Mayor, you will also follow us. Mayor, did you enjoy the female section just now?
The ladies are on fire, bro. Whoa!
Power. Mayor, I tell you,
Panas, man.
Panas.
Yeah, burn my seat, man.
Panas. Not the TikTok
Yeah,
panas.
exactly, man. Panas, man.
All right, so we move on. All right, with Ideal, of course. Mayor, we have Ideal today, our special guest. All right.
Yes, I do.
Mayor, but before we post Ideal another question. For yourself, Mayor, with this whole failed takeover, what's your thoughts and sentiment about this whole issue, Mayor?
Yeah, like Ideal mentioned that it has been going on since 2017, but only reflected most of the news on 2020 itself. January itself, we heard about the talk to take over.
Yep.
Then 14 April, the agreement said okay.
Mhm.
Then goes on the 16, 17, or 20. Then after that, the Saudi, on the 21st of April, that's what I remember because I read the tabloid. Then after that, I said, the investment fund coming and said the Saudi investment group is going to take over. I said, wow, this is going to be big. Newcastle is going to be a change. It's going to be a Real Madrid of Premier League. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely. I remember like how Sam Allardyce brought Bolton, JJ Okocha. Remember we talked about it?
Yep.
JJ Okocha. Then you got Ivan Campos. Then I said, oh, Newcastle is going to be turnaround team. They're going to have a very, very good lineup because they mentioned about Gareth Bale, like I didn't mention. Then after that, they also mentioned Mbappe, Cavani, all those players. Then right after that tablet I read on the 22nd of April, the government intervened.
Yeah.
That's the news I heard. Then they said the Labour Party must intervene because Newcastle take over. I think they smell something is not right there about the takeover, about the SA, the Saudi Arabians. Then a couple of days later, about a week later, they mentioned about Pochettino taking over Newcastle. Oh, I was like, oh shit, this is something big, really huge.
Yeah.
No joke. I said, no, he's a thinker, man. He's a man. I mean, who brought come on, single-handedly brought what do you call that, Spurs to.
What do you call that? Yes.
Then after
Yes.
that, then it was quiet down during the MCO and everything. You're all in CB, MCO here, whatever. Suddenly in May, I received some messages and news from insider, actually, someone from the this later we can talk. Okay,
I know.
the takeover is going through.
Okay.
But unfortunately, they found something illegal about the Saudi Arabians takeover. There's some illegal TV streaming service.
Yeah, piracy.
Piracy. Yeah. So then the Premier League chief announced that, oh no, we are taking our time to investigate all this, like they delay the stuff matter. It should be actually because they confirmed to take over, definitely. Like you said, the Roman brothers. Then who's this guy? What's the name of that? Henry Morris.
Henry Morris.
Henry Morris.
The US,
the US, the Clear TV owner, was it? Clear TV owner. Yeah, he's a lord, man. He's a big spender. Woo! Okay, but never mind. Then on June 16, this is what happens. World Trade Organization found out. They report about the finding of prominent Saudi nationals who are involved in this provoking illegal broadcasting.
Wow.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Then that's killed the news and everything. All went haywire. Then after that, suddenly we hear the announcement: the deal is off.
Actually, they can rectify the illegal, make it legal, huh?
Yeah, that was the main issue, I guess. So they said, okay, let's not go through this. And also, what you had mentioned, by not crossing the line, the border between the Qataris and also the Saudi Arabians, another part of Sheffield United, that is also because they will bring bad names to these two teams because of the owners. But it was unfortunate. Unfortunate. I'm sure that there's something better to come. They might not be the ones, the Saudi Arabians might not be the ones who are going to take over, but I believe it will be, but somebody else.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's it. 3 minutes worth of information from Mayor. All the time given. What kind of event happened during that particular...
He covered everything, bro. He covered everything. Yeah, every single thing.
In the Malaysian term, bukan besha-besha, this Mayor. It's not any...
Bukan bisha-bisha.
You mentioned about Dato Sri Najib Mahfouz. Mahfouz. He should have bought it, man.
All right, let's go on to the next one. All right, question for you, Aidil. Where do you see the future for Newcastle right now? I think it's also best to address. He mentioned the word "weave," so I guess he's actually referring to new ownership. I reckon.
New ownership. I think the odds of Mike Ashley selling right now is like, I think if I start a business, become a millionaire, I think there's a better chance of me buying Newcastle than him selling. So we have to wait for a while.
You gotta compare with Pro Direct. You gotta compare with Pro Direct first.
I don't know because right now I think my Ashley is gonna be there for quite a while.
I think 2-3
like
more years.
The Morris guy, Morris maybe. If because as it is, it's not controversial and everything else. He wants to spend money, so of course fingers crossed there. But again, there's no hope lah. I mean, we are not hopeful lah.
Right. Also again,
it's the first time ever that I've been this I don't care about
deflated, totally deflated.
Like even when we got relegated, I still listen to the radio for their commentary because there's no live matches. I still listen, everything else. I go through the Newcastle website almost every single day. I even last December I went to Newcastle to watch a game.
Wow!
But now, I in Malay terms dah tahu hati
whatever. I think sera lah. What will be.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, all right. And we've got the next one as well. Again, Galvinder, what's the outlook for Newcastle with the current crop of players in Silver? Yeah, I think it's also fair that we give enough attention to what's currently happening in Newcastle. Those were prospect potential that did not happen, unfortunately, like we mentioned. But now you are right now at the water. Let's cross over the bridge together. Right? In terms of what you have right now, good enough in your book, Aidil?
It's good enough, especially since the restart. I think went 5 games unbeaten or 6 games unbeaten with Alan Saint-Maximin being on fire and the thing is they were over relying on him, St. Maximan, and then over relying on Isaac Hayden, who got injured. And when he got injured, we started to lose matches. And the third one that we over relied on is Dubravka, our keeper.
The proper.
The rest all,
Dubravka.
I mean, if they want to sell, I don't mind.
Solid.
Like
solid.
there's too many what do you call, like what's the word?
Mediocre.
Players who are-
Mediocre.
sorry?
Deadwood.
Deadwood, yeah, there's too many Deadwoods in the team right now. So
Okay.
that's why the takeover would have freshened it up lah. But as of now, I don't know how. how
Yeah,
they're
a couple
gonna
of new
freshen it up.
faces.
Yeah, we need at least 6 or 7 new faces right now.
Uh-huh.
So
you're right.
with Mike Ashley, I don't know whether he will sanction any transfer deals of that kind lah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
another relegation battle looms next season.
Oof, that's a tough one, right? Like, and also
Yeah.
I want to understand. Again, we are fortunate. Sometimes we take it for granted. We complain and we whine. Well, we have a fan like yourself who has been right through the relegation mire. Wait for them to come back up again. When you guys were relegated, right? Ideal. How was it like? The mood when you guys went down, and how was it like when it comes to following Newcastle? Because we know for sure when it comes to the local context, they don't air everything.
Mm-mm.
Right,
Yeah.
and how do you actually tackle those issues?
It's worse than a heartbreak. Honestly, it was way worse than a heartbreak. You know, I like, you know, and I think because
Very hard to swallow,
Championship will show like 4
Yeah.
matches per week.
Okay.
Out of like
4 matches a week.
Yeah, out of 24. So Newcastle, like out of the 48 games, 44. Like let's say 44 games, Newcastle had only like 17 live matches. So the rest we had to listen to live commentary on radio lah,
Oh,
and
that
make
was
do
tough.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, it was okay. You know, it felt bad, but like, you know, with Rafa at the helm, it was fine. No, we know that okay, if we go up at the first asking, we might push on from then lah, and we did. And then
Yep.
Rafa left, and then it's back to square one lah.
Although it must be said, you gotta give credit where it's due, right? I think Steve Bruce, as much as he's really hated down there in Newcastle, he has done quite an all right job, right?
He did. Yeah. No, that's the
Okay.
thing. But I feel he's a bit old school. It's a bit like like the current methods with young managers like Lampard, Arteta, you know, Pep Guardiola, and everything else. Even especially Jurgen Klopp, the style of play has differed from how Steve Bruce, you know, like maybe his
The
style
era
can
lah,
still
the
fit
era.
10, 15 years
The
ago.
long punt, the
Are
root one.
you saying that it's soft?
Soft. What do you mean soft?
Soft as in the approach.
Yeah, it's soft, and also like there's not enough pressing. You know, nowadays maybe you can press. You know,
Yeah.
It's about modern day
it's-
football.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's similar to when we used to play 4-4-2, and then Johan Cruyff introduced the 4-3-3. So you
4-3-3,
need to get with the game. If not,
Yeah.
you'll be left behind.
Correct.
This is what I feel with Steve Bruce right now lah.
No, you're
Still
definitely
like old-fashioned kind of
Old-fashioned,
manager
old-fashioned.
style of play. Yeah.
But you see, sometimes you really cannot teach, an old dog new tricks, right? They are
Yeah.
just confirming that way. You know, they just confirming that way, right? And
Yeah,
also,
he's like an old computer, Pentium 3, bro.
Even worse
Even worse.
It's like
But
a
if they get
calculator,
Pochettino in next season, you may never know.
right. Kelvin mentioned part-time mayor, full-time investigative reporter. You see, mayor, they up your rank already.
Investigative reporter.
All right.
I got insider news. Later we will talk about the insider.
Later, okay, share with me, okay? Share with me.
Panas, this one panas.
Zeddy Toon,
Oh, Zeddy Toon.
how it lot.
Yeah.
And also, Anif, you know, again,
so many
Toon.
Toon fans.
So many Toon.
Yeah.
A lot of Toon fans,
Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing about it, no, Faris. I remember when we brought Hyrule up, I think 3/4 of the comment section were being filled by Newcastle fans. They
Yes,
all
yes,
gave
yes.
their support. And that's the beautiful part sometimes about Newcastle. And sometimes big clubs like
Yeah.
us, or the bigger clubs, it seems, would actually yearn for. Like Hyrule also mentioned that there are no pockets of fans out there. They are all united as one. Whereas
Yes.
our fan base, we are almost divided
We
over
are
everything,
connected,
anything,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the beautiful spirit there when you look, one guy comes up, everybody supports him. Kudos,
Yeah.
man. Kudos. Right?
And if it's match day, bro, you go to Boat Key, the Victorian pub,
Yeah.
everybody will be black and white. Everybody will be black and white, bro.
And black.
Yeah, all right. So, Boris,
You just want to
right
keep
now,
quiet and just walk.
we have spoken enough right now about Newcastle. Of course,
Yeah.
I will chime in later on with other or other matters of football, not only Newcastle. Right now,
Yeah.
it's the time. This is why I pay $5,000 to Mayor for one episode to cover.
Woo! Woo!
Mayor, let's start
Money in
off.
the bank.
Yeah, money in the bank. Woo! Show me the money.
Mayor, we're gonna start the first one, boss. The first
Yes.
one. Happy news. Happy news.
Nice.
Yeah.
Guess who's
Congratulations
back,
to Scott Parker. Woo!
back again? Fulham is
Yeah,
back.
okay, man.
Yeah,
Fulham's
Fulham
back.
is back. Okay, what a story, man, for Scotty, right? Mayor
Yep.
went down.
Uh,
They stuck with him. That's the biggest part, though. That's the biggest, I think, the single-handed, most beautiful thing about Fulham. They stuck with their gun. They could have actually
Yeah.
easily ushered Scotty out, but they actually stuck with their gun. All right, and then this is the end reward. They are coming back to the Premier League. What do you make of Fulham right now, Mayor?
very young, to be honest with you, very young squad he has.
Mhm.
But very, very prominent. You can tell that the potentials of the players are actually growing because of Scott Parker. How he handles the lads, I mean his boys.
Yeah.
It's like how he's trying to emulate this is how I project it. How man handling very important.
Man handling
Yeah.
or man management?
Man handling, he handles his players.
Okay, okay.
Very
Okay.
important. Very important. See the way how he approach and he talks to the boys, he talks to his players all. So he advised them by the sideline. You can see, how he actually approach the players and makes the players confident, even more confident.
Yeah.
So yeah, because Scott Parker himself, he was unfortunate because of injuries and stuff. Actually, he's a good midfielder,
Underrated player, man.
underrated player,
Yeah.
correct? West Ham player went out to
Newcastle.
Yeah,
sorry?
after Chelsea.
Newcastle. Yeah, he was a Newcastle ex-player.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
player.
Chelsea.
Yeah, then after that, when he went to Fulham, that's where he actually started as a player manager. Then after that, he got relegated and stuff. So he brought the team back now where to a football flight, like I mentioned before as well, best league that everyone wants to play in right now. So he is looking into getting back best football plays in the Premier League with the boys. So,
Yeah.
but he needs to spend. I think he needs to spend. He cannot be depending on Mitrovic, which is he didn't play for the first half during against Brentford.
Yeah.
He depend on his young striker, which is that young striker. What's his name? Onomoa something.
Yeah.
Onoa.
No. So, but the funny thing is that the person who scored the goal was not a striker.
Oh yeah.
What a free kick, man!
That was
What a
free.
free kick! You saw the
That
goal.
was cheeky from him. That was cheeky.
Even the
It
second
reminds
goal
me
was
of Gary McAllister against Everton when he scored all the way from the free kick and all the way. And the
Yeah.
McAllister, yeah.
yeah. When Gary McAllister played for Liverpool,
Yeah.
So he took the free kick and it was the last minute. He took the free kick. The goalkeeper was out position. And Scott Parker reminded him and said, "No, watch the goalkeeper. He's always out of position." He took the free kick by watching the goalkeeper. He tilted his head like trying to pass the ball, but actually he took the ball and take a shot. The ball bounced and went inside.
And what an expensive goal that was, right, Mayor?
No, the match. Right?
Exactly.
That was an expensive goal, man, because that has actually parachuted them into a different land. The kind of
And,
financial.
Correct. The commentator said, "No, this could bring Fulham back to the Premier League." Oh, then I was like, "Yeah, going back. What are you talking about?"
Like similar only the voice.
Yeah, similar.
Alright,
But this one Tiruan.
Alright,
I
let's
think
go to that.
Fulham should do well not to emulate what they did last season, though. I think
That's why, yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
with you.
Seri, Mitrovic, and everything else. They bought good players, but not really squad like team players.
Correct, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, even Ryan Babel was in the squad, right?
Ryan
I was shocked.
Babel,
Yeah.
even
think
the former Chelsea winger, what's his name? The German guy.
Schürrle, Andre Schürrle.
Schürrle, yeah.
Schürrle.
Andre
Yeah.
Schürrle,
Andre
yeah.
Schürrle.
Was
Good
retired from
players.
football, so yeah.
But he retired.
Not enough team players.
Yeah, but and this is where also again I would really want to agree with Aidil. What they did was a total FIFA act. Buy all those players without thinking of what's going to happen when it comes to chemistry and
Yep.
team.
Yeah, just hope for them to gel.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
kind of thing. Buy all these players who has Premier League experience. Just hope for the best, and that's why
feeling in the spots.
feeling in sports. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
why idol, because I've been listening to some podcasts again. The journalists over there, they are not too optimistic, about Fulham again staying up for the next season. They mentioned that this Fulham, they have every chance to go down again because of their past track record when it comes to handling their finance. But let's see what they can do. Maybe with Scott now, a year older, a year wiser in the managerial term, maybe this time around, he could probably do a Sheffield United mayor, ideal, maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
Yep.
You got the
Alright.
potential to do it, man.
Yeah, he does. And let's move on. Yeah.
Before you go, watching this, gonna be Scott Parker, Frank Lampard, who else? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. All those era are they playing together?
Mikel Arteta.
Yeah.
Mikel Arteta. Oh my God, they are playing together. Now they are all managing.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, man.
And then when they were playing, right, Mayor, there was a manager who already became a manager and still now a manager, Steve Bruce.
Yeah. I mean, he should have retired lah, but let's leave it another day.
But you gotta give that man a medal, man. I mean, to me, because he's holding Newcastle quite well right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give okay. Different school of thoughts.
All right, let's go on. Ideal, we just want to again give you a
We
bit
might
of,
see Eddie Howe taking over Steve Bruce, though.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I would be ready how to take over Newcastle.
Let's keep that conversation. Let's keep it live. Let's keep all our powder dry for a while. But let's go on to Ideal. You got to tackle this for us, man. Since you're already in this tabloid squad, right? The next one. What's happening to the world, Ideal? Red cards for deliberate cough under new
The new norm, lah, bro. It's the new norm, lah.
Ideal, what do you think of
thing,
this? What do you think of this? What do you think of this?
Yeah, I mean, it's a COVID thing, of course. And then I think it should have been, I don't know, since last time, like spitting and everything else.
Yeah.
And spitting also is a red card offense, right, back then?
I don't know, maybe you want to ask Kieran
Yeah.
Dyer, Lee Boyu, your old ex-players.
Yeah. So, yeah.
They spit at each other, bro. They spit at each other.
Kieran Dyer and Lee Boy,
Yeah,
They,
Dyer.
they didn't only split, bro. They also fist fight, bro.
Yeah.
Jersey torn and everything else.
They custom made that V-neck.
I heard when they went back to the dressing room, Alan Shearer set them straight. Really.
Oh yeah, I know, yeah.
He did.
That's what he did. He was he lost it. He went ballistic.
Didn't happen at all, man.
But that's what you get from Lee Boyer, right? That's what you get from Lee Boyer. Entertainment.
Yeah, that's true.
Off and on.
Leeds boy.
Leeds boy, bro. Yorkshire.
Okay,
That's
but
what you get, man.
for the fun of it, right, guys? Let's take a quick pun at it again. Just predict. If let's say this rule again take effect, just give one player that you think will be red carded for it without any explanation. We start with Aidil. Aidil, who do you think will be the first honourable guy to actually receive a red card under this brand new offence line?
In Premier League or in the world?
In the Premier League.
In the Premier League, yeah. In the Premier League.
One guy you think might have a big chance to get it because of on a player.
Right now, the dirtiest player I can think of is probably maybe David Luiz. Maybe David Luiz.
Hey, Aidil, I invited you.
Sneaky as hell, dude.
You know who I think will cough on a player now?
Let's go for it.
This cheeky boy who played for Liverpool.
Who?
I think Jonjo Shelvey might have the potential to do this.
Jonjo has been quite well behaved though. He hasn't received any.
Yeah, but he has the potential. When he snapped, I saw the snap, and he just give it to Alex Ferguson. Remember that match? Yeah.
Maybe
So
Dele
he
Alli,
might-
maybe
he might-
Dele Alli.
Maybe Dele Alli?
Dele Alli, cheeky, all these cheeky players.
Who's your pick, Maya? The first one to be red carded for talking.
I can't think of anyone, man. But for previous seasons, all I can think lah. But now this time, I don't see a bad boy image kind of a proper will actually do it because they actually want to play football now. They know that it is important. But if you're talking about previous time, I know who Diego Costa. Diego Costa will provoke, Remember with the Jordan Anderson, but Jordan Anderson stand up back, then he back down, bro. He will do it, man. He will do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
if you
no
talk
more
about
bad boys
if you talk
right
about
now.
those days, if you talk about those days, I think Joey Button will be the first
Joey
one.
Button, I was about to say it.
That boy Joey, bro. Bad Oh, Joey.
Joey.
No, the nose.
Then
Yeah,
Big nose.
big nose. He told to Zlatan.
I think the worst will be probably he wouldn't call, but he will straight away bite. I think Suarez. He will straight
Suarez, and you are right. You are right because Sean Gill mentioned Suarez.
No spitting. No spitting, just straight away biting.
Hey, wait, by
Yeah.
And then also another one, Mark also mentioned Jack Grealish might also do the cough, but if they were to ban spitting, then El Hadji Diouf banned from football
Yeah.
forever. What a spitting!
Yeah.
If only he could perform the same way he performs when he's spitting. Right?
Yeah.
And then no coughing, then might as well be like Ashley, no haters. These people are mayor. Sometimes must control them. All right.
Steady,
Ah.
LM.
Our favorite guy, another resident.
Alexander.
I'm actually sad that the Magpie Saudi takeover failed. Imagine if this has actually materialized. We are going to have Liverpool and City fighting for the title, and Chelsea, Man U, Leicester, Spurs, Wolves, Arsenal, and Magpies fighting for the top 4 and Europa spot. Yeah, and that will look really congested, right, Ideal? And that will look super congested, man.
Yeah, as in above
Busy
mid-table,
top-
I'm
top
more
seven,
than happy
yeah.
with it, bro.
Yeah, boy. And hello, Rafi Basiran. Hello, guys. The difference between Liverpool is they don't sack their managers. It's not easy to kickstart when they change too often, right, Faris? Everybody would agree with this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Except for Chelsea.
Unless
bro.
they employed Roy Hodgson, then it's gonna be a short stint.
Also, Unai Emery. Don't forget Unai Emery.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening. Also, loving the Arsenal home kit. Yes, baby. That's
Bro.
what I thought. Thank you to Alexander
Okay, bro.
Lee. This. Hey,
I
lucky,
gotta tell you something, bro.
lucky kid.
I gotta
Yes.
tell you something, Anwari. This
Yeah.
comment is coming from the blue side of London, bro.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, this guy is a Chelsea fan.
Boy, big up to you, man.
Yeah.
Real, recognized real.
Really,
But you gotta go to the comment after that, bro.
For which one? Then
For once, yeah.
pick the other side of London. Come on, Hafi. He wouldn't do it.
Why
for the
not?
jersey. He wouldn't do it for the jersey event. All right. Let's move on to the next article that we've been listening to. Has been rumbling and rumbling and rumbling and rumbling.
Ooh.
Everton, Arsenal, and Chelsea have been given a boost in their pursuit of Wilfred Zaha this summer, with Crystal Palace reportedly willing to accept offers of 30 million. Mayor,
30 million is quite cheap, bro.
last season, if they were to accept our offer, all right, it would have actually ranged about 60 odd million. We wanted to take Zaha for 60. They were greedy about it, Mayor. They said, no, this guy is pivotal towards our success, or rather our survival hope. So they didn't want to sell him for
Yeah.
our cost. And now they are slapping themselves with a 30
Half
million.
the price.
Yeah, Mayor.
Yeah.
Any takers?
I think Arsenal should be the one fit for him to play.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As in we were Zaha. So I'm looking at it, how Zaha plays, you know, that kind of like byline, dribbling, giving a good run for the money for most clubs. I think Arsenal picked the most, the best so far.
Okay.
Like he didn't pick the play. Like remember when we talked last week with regards of Man United, why he failed to become the player that Man United. Yeah. But Arsenal I think will fit him suitable for Arsenal. No
Laka
doubt
is going
about
out,
it.
right?
Yeah.
But Arsenal about to
replacement
sign
for Laka,
Willian,
no?
right?
Yeah, Willian, but that's on a right wing of things, you know. But this
Yeah.
guy on the left, I really don't see how he will fit in. We got Alba, we got Martinelli, we got Saka all playing on the left.
Yeah.
I know very sure Ideal. Newcastle wouldn't want to even sniff at him. You've got Saint Maximin, man. What a player!
Yeah. But
And
I mean,
how
I
long
would
can you hold on to him?
Sorry?
How long do you think you can hold on to Saint Maximin?
For another 4-5 days maybe. I mean, I heard Wolves are trying to buy him, and I know if the money is good, might actually will sell. But
Okay.
I hope he plays for at least another season. At least another season.
He would
Yeah.
definitely, right? Looking at things right now, he would definitely play for
Yeah,
another.
he loves Newcastle, and then yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully he stays for the fans lah, for at least another season lah.
It
Alright.
is only because of Wolves is also on the midst of talks about Raul Jimenez. That's the reason why they want. Yeah. That's the reason why. That's why they are looking for replacement. That's a.
No, but I heard Wolves are already signing a Portuguese youngster to replace Jimenez
Oh, serious?
from
Wow.
Benfica, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. So
which means the Jimenez deal is almost done for Man U, I think.
wow, United, they are looking
They are
fierce.
going for it. Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
going for it.
and
You can't blame them, Anwar Yassin, because what? No. As for Jimenez, he wants to play Champions League. Every player who wants, in Premier League, who wants to play in Champions League. As for him, yes, he's been scoring goals and everything. Whether he can fit into the team, that is where actually Man United wants to buy him.
Yep.
And the deal is almost on or not. That's I don't know. That one thing that I don't know. But I will so called like confirming it. But
I'm not
with
confirming
that,
it. I'm just saying I heard it. Yeah.
Oh, you heard it. Okay. You heard it. But
A disclaimer. He gave a disclaimer.
but who don't want to play in Champions League?
Yeah.
As a player.
Yeah.
Aubameyang lah, Mia.
Huh?
Aubameyang.
Aubameyang the one.
Aubameyang the one. He rather FA Cup.
Come on, man. After winning the FA Cup, we say my manager.
My manager. And another team that will say my boy, my player. You know who, Mia?
Who?
This guy.
I call this the Sancho saga, man.
We are all
Yeah.
dreading. We are all dreading
this
to
will
the day
drag,
whereby, I hope I hope, of course, as an Arsenal fan, this will drag to the very last day, only to be announced that he actually swapped for Newcastle instead. Which I don't know whether it will ever happen, but that will be beautiful and sensational. But then again, Paris, come on, man. What's your thoughts on this? I know you have a couple of opinion about the weight.
Come on, my man.
What do you
Let
think?
him go. Let him go. Let him go.
Let him go.
He's not proven in Premier League. He's not proven yet. So let them spend. 250 million on him, please.
And
Let them bust their banks for him.
And then what would you think about Sancho, man? And he's actually proposed move to United. You reckon that this one might be the final piece to the jigsaw puzzle?
Oh no, man! I think since 2 seasons ago, I've always mentioned that they need a better centre back. Like the kind of impact that Van Dijk had for you guys lah. So Koulibaly or whoever, they need a better centre back.
Mm-hmm.
They made I wouldn't say they made a mistake in spending 80 million on the blockhead. What's his name? Maguire.
Harry Beckenbauer.
Yeah.
Harry Beckenbauer.
But he has improved. He has improved the team lah, no doubt.
Yeah. Okay.
But to really challenge for honest, they need a world-class centre back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well said, my man. Well said.
Yeah, and Mia, let's take a bit of comments. Mia, right now, Mohammad Rafi Basiran, he should go to Chelsea type of place suits him, but if he go to Liverpool, as super sub would be good. I think he's referring to Zaha, I guess, or is it Jimenez? And then I think it should be Zaha. Of course, taking from Hafi, Zaha really got no place to go. He probably end up a team like Everton, which might not be a bad shout, for him to go to Everton. A good project.
Everton actually is looking into him as well.
Yeah. Good project. Good project.
Yeah.
Ismail Sarr would make perfect sense, all right, to spend on that Zaha, in my honest opinion. Yeah. Right. Okay. If you want anything United, when it comes to credibility, this is the guy, Mark Josege.
Yeah.
He mentioned Jimenez to United.
The go-to guy.
0%. He's the go-to guy when it comes to credibility and source. Tier 1. Right. He mentioned Jimenez to United. 0%. Forget it.
Okay, let's believe him.
Not happening. 0 chance, buddies. All right, and also I want to share another universal prayer for everybody. Liverpool fan can join us. Newcastle also can join us. Dear God, please make Jadon Sancho the new Alexis Sanchez.
Oh, there's a twist. There's a twist in this sale of Jadon Sancho. Let me share with you.
Sure, please.
Let's say he goes to Manchester United.
The
citizens, Manchester City will own 15% of the sale.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Because he was not there.
Okay,
That's a sale. That's a twist. That's why Man City sit down, get 15% of the sale. Sedap dapat duit, man. Come on. Show me the money. The transfer fee, really. So they are hoping Manchester United to buy because if you buy the rival club between the Manchesters, they got 15%, bro. This is the clause. What they have.
Easy money.
But Ed Woodward said what, although he's a top target for Manchester United, but we will walk away if the price is not negotiable properly. Because right now, Borussia Dortmund don't want to buzz off from 120 million.
Okay.
Manchester United is trying to deal with 100 million or 105 million with 3 installments.
I see. Wow.
Yeah. But but Man City just want the deal to go through. Only 15% come give me money, brother. Come on. That's all they want. They don't give.
Anything
That's why
above 100 million lah.
they don't give a shit. That's why they say they are Manchester City. That's why. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Mayor always on fire, Mayor. Don't know what you had for your dinner, Mayor. You got to share the recipe with us, man.
yeah.
All right, we're gonna take our last one, and then I'll speak to Aidil more about Newcastle. All right, since it's not easy to get a Newcastle fan on board. All right, maybe Mayor, you want to take this on? Trend thinks it's absolutely easy. So
This is very simple to me. Because what Mina says like that, because they got to stay focused. After winning the title, the team must stay focused. So Trent, when we told Trent that, meaning because Trent is a youngster, youth. At the age of 21, he won everything what Liverpool has won for him, including the league. Okay? So he don't want it to go out of his head. Young players are there. I won World Club Championship. I won the Champions League. I won this. I won the league. So what else do I need to win except for World Cup, of course? So he don't want him to get out from his head. So that is why he's trying to advise him. I say, focus. Still play the best football that you ever played. Do not mess it up. Don't go down this lane, this wrong track of yours. So he wants him to tell the young players, and Trent is one of these because he is on the spot, because best right back, world class player now. Everybody's looking at him, so he's the main focus. So he's the so-called the in-trend player. So a lot of world class players also commented about Trent and all this kind. So he don't want him to get out of his head. That's all. That's what I can say.
all right. Okay, well put by Mayor as usual. Aidil, we spoke about, of course, James Milner. Of course, you would have fond memories of James Milner as well. There are also possibility that he might leave. Any chance that Newcastle will open up their doors for James Milner to come back?
Probably not lah, because of like I said, Mike Ashley transfer plans. He wants to buy young and then sell it off. You know,
for a profit.
Newcastle is a feeder club lah, so I don't think they will get experienced players.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
and I mean, looking at you right now, you're so somber, man. You are really flabbergasted, of course, by the news, and who wouldn't, right? But is there any positivity, bro, coming into next season? There must be some shining light, right, for Newcastle fans to just cling on to for the next upcoming season.
I'm trying to think.
That's a long pause, man.
I mean, like I said just now, like the games after the restart showed a bit of glimmer of hope lah, as to how like Steve Bruce promised total attacking football, and the first 5 games I think we scored like 15 goals, 13 goals, which was quite impressive. So I hope that can. I think the only way that can happen is if they get somebody who's of the same caliber as St. Maximum, so that can also carry the burden with him, because he's carrying the burden alone.
And you talk about scoring burden. That of course should actually fall nicely on Joe Linton, right? But of course not meant to be, right, Mia and Faris? Joe Linton came at such a big price tag. Aidil, how would you rate Joe Linton right now? If you are being put in charge, would you actually give this guy another bite at the cherry?
I would, but it's just there's a misconception of who Joe Linton is or what he plays as, because technically it's like you're asking. I mean, I don't want to mention Manchester United, but no, you're asking Marcus Rashford to play as a number 9, or even Martial to play as a number 9, and they fail most of the time because they're not that centre forward. They're not a typical centre forward. The same goes with Joe Linton. He's actually a left winger.
Oh, okay.
The misconception is that he's a big guy who can play number 9, but he's not. That's why the last few games they played Dwight Gill in that position and Joe Linton as a left wing, and we did really well.
But Dwight Gill really fits the number 9 position though.
Yes, he's a great striker. He is a great.
And scoring too.
Scoring, he scored.
He's scoring too. That's the thing.
The fastest goal this season.
Yeah, Dwight Gill
against
Dwight Gill, and of course Dwight Gill is one of your favorite player for Liverpool, right? When it comes to your biggest enemy.
Crystal Palace, then Newcastle, he scored the fastest goal.
Yeah.
Michael
Yeah,
loves Liverpool,
he
right?
just love he loves Liverpool. Lah. He loves
Probably
Liverpool.
secretly he's a closet scouser, bro.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. Ideal, what's your target for next season, bro? Qualification for Europa, perhaps? Any chance of this happening? Ideal?
Again, it boils down to okay. Again, you talk about positive. The positive is last season the transfers that they had. It's quite good actually, like Saint Maximan, even Danny Rose and even Lazaro and Williams. They were
Jethro
yeah.
Williams.
Jethro Williams, yeah.
William, yeah.
So I think the scout are doing well. So if
okay.
they can continue to get those kind of players into the team, they are good players or decent players who are.
It doesn't
actually
cost much.
players. Yeah. So if they can continue that, then maybe of course, although it's unrealistic, but maybe we can aim for Europe. But if you get a top 10, I'll be more than happy for. Judging from what happened this season, I mean the last season.
Okay.
The top
Right,
10
fair
will
enough.
win.
Maya, again, I want to post you this question, the exact same one that I posted to Ideal. What do you think Newcastle's hope and ambition would be, or where do you realistically think they will finish next season?
Looking at how Newcastle actually built the team, as in what Steve Bruce had the last season, he should maintain what he has. Originally what he has right now. Keep on playing the same players. I don't know what happened to their youngsters. What is it? Matthew Longstaff, was it? The one
Matthew
that scored
Longstaff,
a beautiful goal against Manchester United. He should be a regular soon. Keep on playing him because he's got a good vision, man, of a ball.
But I think he's gonna leave though.
Oh, is it? Where to?
Wow, that's news, man. That's news.
If I'm not mistaken, like Roma or something.
Oh, really? What about his brother though, who has been constantly linked to United?
Sean is there. Matty,
So Sean will
because
stay.
he was offered just 15k a week, he was looking more towards 30k a week.
And he's getting it in Rome.
Yeah, I can't remember the name lah. As in the team that he's going, but
Italy is the definition. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was it Brescia?
I don't think it's Brescia.
Yeah, but in Italian outfit lah.
Yeah.
In Italian outfit. Yeah. So Mayor, now you know. So Matthew will not be there. His brother will still be there though, Sean.
Yeah, but Sean is more on the defensive kind of role, but Matthew is more on the forward. So I was like looking, he's playing behind the strikers. So he's in the center. So I was thinking that if he stays and he keeps on playing, I think Newcastle, I mean, top 10, like I did say, will be a very good position for them. Fighting for Europa, or Champions League is every English Premier League team vision.
Yeah, the dream.
Everybody possible. Yeah, it's the dream. Okay, who wants to stay at number 17 all the time?
Yeah. True.
Everybody wants to move up. You see, look at Wolves, Sheffield United, all now essentially moving up. Leicester City, all maintaining at the spot with what they are looking into. So they say fighting for Europa and Champions League will be every team's dream. So I think 10 position, not below 10, will be a good position for Newcastle. That's what I also think.
All right.
Yeah.
And Alif actually mentioned he made the task easier for us. You didn't say.
You didn't
say. All right. So yeah, I mean, Faris, I think for Newcastle as well. Again, we bear the same hope, right? No bad blood against them. Always a nice. I really enjoy playing against Newcastle. So every single time when Arsenal, right, Ideal, we meet you guys, you know for sure goals will be promised, especially when you play at the Emirates. And just one thing for them, they will not defend. They will not defend. They will go on full attack.
All out.
And one thing for sure, we can also trust Newcastle when it comes to handling Spurs. They always have something up their sleeves when it comes to Tottenham.
Because it's their bogey team.
Yeah, bogey team.
Always goes to us. Yeah.
Correct. If we need a favor, we have a friend in Ideal and Newcastle. That's for sure. Right. And also, as I also mentioned, good season, everyone. Liverpool. We'll see you 29th of August. All the best for the new season.
Thank you.
Yeah, this has been brilliant.
If you look back at Mark Hosegai's comment, Sancho to United already done. Forget about the English.
He done. He mentioned done already.
Yeah.
He said look up for the date on the 7th. So that it will be really significant, right? He's wearing 7. The date falls on the 7th. They want to do it that way, the United way, apparently.
Because they're waiting to confirm the sale of this Alexis Sanchez as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
How much was it? 15 million? 15 million?
15,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna have a domino effect, you know. Once
Yeah.
Sanchez when goes through, the rest will follow suit.
Yep.
And also, Mark mentioned already, he's actually asking Ideal. Newcastle are looking at Bournemouth, Brooks, Callum Wilson, and also Josh King. Who will
Josh
you
King.
choose? Ideal.
None, to be
Oh,
honest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not even Brooks, bro.
Oh.
Brooks is fine lah, but I think he's a bit.
He had a good
inconsistent,
season.
lah. He had
Yep.
good
He
season,
just didn't
but
play for a couple of games at the final couple of games only, Brooks.
Yeah,
like,
but
still
otherwise he's
unproven lah,
doing great.
to me lah.
Still
Even
unproven.
Callum
And what?
Wilson, Josh King also.
Callum Wilson, no? Not gonna fit the bill for you?
Also inconsistent. I especially when I watched Newcastle against Bournemouth, they barely played. They didn't play well lah. To be fair lah.
So you sorry. So you were saying, you were saying that you can depend on your defender. I mean, as your central defender, Jamal Lascelles, as in a very rock solid
He's
defender.
a no nonsense defender, which I'm okay with it lah. He's not the best, but
The best, yeah.
I rather have him than Fabian Shah.
Okay.
Oh, really? Wow, okay.
True.
Agree.
Yeah.
And I think also for Arsenal, I think we were once, man, linked to Jamal as well. I think that was 1 or 2 seasons ago. Not a bad player, but yeah,
Not a bad
I
player.
agree. I agree with Ideal. Could be better though. Could be better. We have seen better defenders. Let's put it that way.
Only slight injuries only at that point of time, but
Yeah.
we came back even stronger, better.
True.
I mean, they had him to have like a shout for England, but I think he's not that great lah.
Agree. Yeah. But
Not
Ideal,
there yet.
having said that, Tyrone Mings is making the England squad. Why not Jamal? I don't think they are far off in terms of quality, right?
Okay, if you compare it that way, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Maybe
But
if
of
Tyrone can
course-
make it, so can Jamal.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. But cannot displace Harry Maguire and John Stones lah. Definitely
Yeah.
cannot lah.
Yeah, and also Fraser will be good addition. Also, Mark mentioned, don't know
Yeah,
why
Fraser.
was
I would have Fraser though.
Fraser. Yeah,
Oh,
Ryan Fraser. Yeah.
Ryan Fraser.
Ryan Fraser.
Yeah, and I think everybody will be just rubbing their hands together, right? Looking at the possibility of getting Fraser for free. Of course, this season,
Yep.
the season was nothing to be shouted at or nothing to shout about for him, especially on an individual record. But again, lest you forget, this was the same guy who finished second when it comes to the assist list last year, only behind Hazard. You know, so
Yeah.
great player. Maybe he's kind of he went Nicholas Anelka this season. He sulked. He became the great sulker. But then again, look, Mayor Faris, we want to close this. This is again, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for following us throughout the whole of
Yeah,
Wednesday.
just remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe our
Yeah.
our channel, especially on YouTube. Ideal, I hope that you actually spread the word for us. We really want to see more Newcastle fans, bro. We really want to see Newcastle fans. We had the pleasure to actually invite an Aston Villa fan. Remember Mayor last week, Steven?
Yep.
Actually
Yes.
came on
Yeah,
board.
Eben. It was good, man.
West Ham as well. You know, everybody loved them, especially Tiban. We actually want him to come back. And so for Newcastle as well, we hope that you and your fellow Newcastle fans will also be forthcoming. You know, will be open to this kind of platform. Because I think at the end of the day, it's very tough, right? And when Ideal mentioned just to our WhatsApp message, right? He said like many of my fans wants to speak about Newcastle, you know. And guess what? You know, the boys from UK, they get a lot of media attention. They get a lot of platform to actually speak out because that's their culture. They can call in through the radio hotline, to the TV, and they can actually express, you know, again, all their displeasure. But I think the thing in Singapore, if you want to agree with this Ideal, I don't know whether you have any other platform for Newcastle per se. It's very hard to hear from fellow fans because why?
Yeah.
It's limited. The option to speak is limited, and that's why I think, like I mentioned to Faris before, I actually curated this platform so that we can have fans like you, man, to come on board, talk to us about what's happening in Newcastle, so that we have better idea. At the end of the day, you can read all you want. It's best that you get it straight from the horse's mouth. You know,
For the people, by the people, bro. You told me that.
That's all it's about. For every fan.
Correct.
From number 1 to all the way to number 20. Yeah.
Yes, man. Cool.
And also right now we're gonna have a quick one before we close this up. Of course, if you have actually long forgotten about this competition, they are still alive. All right, they will come back
This
very
guy.
soon. Yeah. In fact, they will come back, Mayor. All right, this Friday and Saturday, they will be playing once again every day. Not them though. I think because PSG has already settled their tie. But then again, Man City will be playing Juventus. Real Madrid. The one.
Madrid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Madrid.
Yes, to look forward to. Guess let's take again a very quick bet on who will win the Champions League. Let me start off with myself. I think it just might be Man City. What about Faris, my co-host?
Real Madrid, bro.
Real Madrid, ideal?
Yeah.
Barcelona.
Barcelona, you sure not, bro?
I
They're
just
very
because
off form already, bro.
That's my second team in a way lah.
Oh, second team. Okay. Okay lah. Give him chance a bit lah. Mayor of all mayor.
Madristas, bro. Madristas. Real Madrid.
Yeah, Madrid. So
Yeah,
you're
bro.
confident? You're confident, Mayor, they will overturn the deficit 2-1.
To them is nothing.
They will.
They will.
You will.
They're on form, no? They're
Yeah?
on form now.
Yeah.
They are.
Unbeaten.
They won the league. What else? I mean, they are already
34
on fire.
times, huh?
Yeah.
Oh. And
Crazy.
Sergio
I mean,
Ramos-
Man City lost the semi-final, so they might have a fire in them.
Yeah, they might. Yeah.
So it's going to be an exciting match, I think.
Definitely. And Sergio Ramos is
Very.
turning into a Johan
A
Cruyff.
beast.
Yeah.
He's a beast now.
He could play anywhere. He's scoring more than the strikers, man.
It's like, yeah, true.
Putting
Scary,
Benzema to
scary.
shame, man.
Yeah, man. Scary, man, looking at him.
Correct.
Yeah.
And this guy is
It's the
getting
new Steve
older.
Bruce, Ramos. The
Yeah,
new
Steve
Steve Bruce.
I have not mentioned too bloody strong this Bayern side. Yeah, I think it's very hard for us to discount Bayern.
Yes,
They might just do it. Looking at
Oh,
how
okay. Anwari, this just in. I just received this. You know, Oba received a 300,000 pounds just one time off payment because he assists and score 25 goals from his contract.
Oh, you just received the news, huh?
Yep.
And may you add me into whatever group that you're in?
Sure, man. Sure.
It's great.
Scoring and assisting 25 goals. Scoring and assisting 25 goals in his one-time contract, he will receive one-time payment of 300,000 pounds, just like that.
And I think for Arsenal fans, we are also glad and willing to actually just go and actually donate to his cause. You know, if they need money from Arsenal fans, we would definitely donate to their cause so that Alba will stay and continue with us. No issue with us. But then again, now that we have come to an end, 2 hours this time, Faris, as usual.
Yeah, 2 hours, 10 minutes.
Janji Melayu. We always say 90 minutes. It will never be 90 minutes. It will always surpass the 90 minutes mark. But today, wow, really, really strong lineup. We had the ladies. They brought down the house, right, Mia?
Yeah.
Yes.
Panas.
Panas.
A lot of men to shame, man. A lot of men
You
at home
know?
now buying because of him.
Yeah, and then of course we have Ideal, the pleasure of having Ideal as well. You know, Newcastle fan coming on board, and of course
Ideal.
Mud pie.
Mapai. All right, but then again, Mia,
Brown ale. Newcastle brown ale.
Mia, you got any sort of message, Mia, before we close shop for good until the
No
next
message,
season?
man. I only want to see next season. My saying just next season we bring in a mixture of ladies and men's also fans. You know, that will be a fantastic.
Yeah.
That will what FJ says, man. We will bring shame to the man. We would like to see that. We would like to see that. Shut the man up.
And Ideal, do you have anything to say, man, when it comes to, you know, those people who are watching you? No, I'm not very sure there are many Newcastle fans that are watching you right now. Any kind of really strong rallying message for them?
Just continue supporting away the lads and let us pray lah. Maybe Morris will buy over Newcastle. That's all I can say.
Let's hope for the best.
Let's be positive.
That beer chugging might actually out of Newcastle, man.
Yeah,
Chugging
we're waiting for Ken.
Get him out, man. Get him out.
And that's what, of course, before we end, we always have to end with the quote of the day. I think you cannot get any better than Alex, you know. Meanwhile, Ozil is earning 350k a week for playing Fortnite. With that, this is me, as usual, Anwari Navshot Studio, Mayor, Aidil, and also Syed Faris signing out. See you guys in probably 2 or 3 weeks. We will inform through our social media.
Yeah,
for our viewers,
Rafi, thank you.
the coffee is brewing in that shop.
Coffee is
Navshot
brewing.
Studios, the coffee is brewing.
And for them, for those of you, of course,
Come on, bro. Come on.
Let's do this, man.
Yeah, man, let's do this, man. Come on, man.
That's our ID, Snapshot Studio. You can also follow us on Facebook. Again, we want to make this as interactive as possible. Of course, right
Yeah,
now
please like,
So-
share, and subscribe. Man.
Yes, to many Singapore fans out there, we know everybody wants to speak about their club. Of course, we want to slowly enter Malaysia as well. That will probably be a good part of the pipeline. But then again, I'm really thankful, guys, for all the
It's
support.
been a
that
good first season.
you guys have been totally wonderful, beautiful soul people. Like those people in the comment, new guys like Mark, even Kel, Faisal, resident Alexander, those people, Hafi. Many people, I cannot name everybody, but you guys are beautiful
Yeah.
people. We shall come back stronger. Looking forward to the next season. We might start 1 week before the whole season, just to maybe review the Community Shield and speak about all the transfer stuff. Also, look out, Faris, next week we have a brand new video dropping. That is our outdoor challenge. We did.
Yeah.
Crazy fun, Mayor. We mabuk. We had easy challenge, penalty. We all pusing, but that's one
Cocok
video.
langit, bro.
Cucuk langit. That is one
Not
hell
to
of
the extent yet. Not to the extent yet.
No, okay.
Not
that's
to
one
the
hell of
extent
a
yet.
video. Yeah, that's one hell of a video for you guys
Because
to
you mentioned mabuk. See,
So look out for the video. Soon it will be dropped, and also something that is for you guys to look forward to. Starting from the next season onwards, we speak about next season as if this is last year. It's going to be next year. It's not. It's going to be within a short span of time. About 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. And then we'll see you guys again. But for the new one, we have a brand new kit sponsor. Every single week, we are giving out free jerseys. Every week. All right. So what's the remit? How you can actually do it? We will, of course, again, we will shout it out loud on our social media platform. How you can win jersey. You can do your retro. Newcastle fans, they have a couple of retro kits as well. If you guys are, again, yearning for one,
Wonderful.
everything. Every week, one time. Beautiful sponsor. I will introduce to you all our sponsor later on in our first show for the new season. But for now, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for always chiming in with us. Again, keep it real. Snapshot, baby. Always for the fan. Take care.
Yeah, by the fans,
Bye.
for the fans.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
cool.